step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Can you feel it in your bones? It's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, it's a brand new month. It's almost the end of the year. Just stop whatever you're doing right now, take a deep breath. Take it all in, that positivity, that energy. It's been the most amazing couple of weeks, and we're going to continue on that trend. We're having so much fun building up, of course, till the end of the year. The festive season spirit has taken over. Hopefully you all survived Black Friday. I know the roads were crazy. Hopefully you scored that deal that you have been lusting after. Hopefully you spent wisely as well. If you did get some cool stuff, post it online. Let us know what you bought, what you got your hands on, where you were. Maybe you're with Uncle Tubbsy at a Dion Wide. We'd love to hear from you this morning. Also share with us your highlights from an amazing weekend. It sounds like all around a lot of fun was had, and we're going to continue tracking what went down on the sporting front. We'll bring you up to speed with all of the latest sporting highlights, including the resumption or the final conclusion, at least, of Formula One and a host of other sporting highlights, netball, etc. But first, let's recognize that it is a Friday, a Monday, and the first Monday of December. Okay, December, it is here. How are you feeling about the end of the year now being right around the corner? And if you are feeling a little bit down, don't worry, we're going to get you right. We're going to adjust that mindset with a little bit of positivity right now. All right, so we love to kind of set the tone for the day with an inspirational quote, something that gets us thinking, something that helps us set our course for a brand new day, and hopefully this will do exactly that for you. I think once you set a goal, visualizing that goal, maintaining that picture of that goal in your head is vitally important, and today's words of wisdom come from the famous William Arthur Ward, and this is what he had to say. Be aware of where you want to go. Use visualization to help you reach your goals. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Thank you, Mr. Ward. It speaks very powerfully to the notion of having those goals in your mind. If that's what you want to achieve, you need to set that course. You need to have that visualization in your head so you know what you're working towards. Stay true to that, keep it firm in your focus, and go after it, man. You can achieve absolutely anything you set your mind and you set your heart to, so do that right now. Take a moment to really set into focus what it is you want to achieve today and maybe for the rest of the year. What I'd like to do is have an absolute blast, savor the remaining days that I have with my amazing team. Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good morning, South Africa. Good morning, Graham. It feels so good to start off the day. It's a new week, it's a new day, new gains, and absolutely I agree with today's good morning post. My personal mantra is personally in line with what he just said. My thing is, find your purpose and be intentional with every single thing that you do. So that's how I get up and, you know, I come here and I do what I love because I'm being very intentional with what I'm doing.
I love that, and that's the beauty of starting over. Monday is a new start, a new chance for you to just start that week off on the right note. And of course, you're starting it off with a feel-good breakfast show on SABC3 Expresso morning show. But of course, we want to let you know what's happening in the world of weather. Just a bit of quick update for you because we want you to dress appropriately for this day. So we'll start off in Johannesburg, in the city of gold, where I was this weekend actually. Now times of clouds and sunshine can be expected with a light southwesterly wind. Very warm temperatures reaching the early 30s can be expected throughout the day, with temperatures remaining fairly warm throughout the evening.
And tell me, was it raining this past weekend when you were there?
It was hot.
Was it hot?
Hot.
So definitely raincoats. And in Durban, it's a partly sunny day. Durban can expect intervals of clouds and suns with little to no wind and pleasant temperatures. Temperatures tends to peak between 1 to 3 p.m. Keep it cool today, guys, okay?
Keep it absolutely cool. Now, for the friendly city of Port Elizabeth, PE, sunny and humid conditions can be felt with a strong easterly wind of 26 kilometers. Now, the wind is set to subside by Tuesday to bring it with a bit of rain. But now, know, I always say, hold on to your lashes, and I'll tell you about that later in the show because there was a hot mess in Johannesburg. But yeah, for PE, you also hold on to that eyelashes.
The lashes is a different story. Oh my goodness. And luckily we have Bernice, who's our makeup artist, so she's going to come in a little later on. But in the Mother City today, partly sunny conditions can be expected with temperatures that are not as warm as what we felt this weekend. So be prepared for a light breeze throughout the day. Come Thursday, temperatures are set to soar high again to the early 30s. It is December, so we don't mind. We don't mind warm temperatures in Cape Town. You know what I mean?
Where has this year gone?
Tell me, it went by so fast.
I know.
I cannot believe it's the 2nd of December.
It is the 2nd of December. And you know what's funny? We only started a month ago, so it's actually our month anniversary today. I know. And people always is complimenting us about our makeup. So we brought our little friend Bernice.
Hi, Bernice.
She's going to give us a young powder because sometimes you look a bit shiny for the camera and you want to make sure that, you know, the makeup just mattifies and you make sure the face is beat for the gods. Now, we also have another artist, Vuyo, and she was not ready for the camera today. But Bernice is, of course, our in-house.
She was just like, I'm not trying to be on cam, you know what I mean?
But these are the ladies that give us the face beat for the gods, like we always say, and make sure that we're just looking on point and ready for TV.
Mattified. Thank you, Bernice.
Thank you, Bernice. And of course, you are looking fresh for December. Like you said, it is Kid December. So you are just bringing out the slageness. Tell us about your look this morning, friend.
Sequence on sequence because Kid December. Boss, we have entered Ritseni. We are within. Tommy, this is such a fun look for me. I'm truly enjoying this. The denim skirt. I mean, Willie's is putting us on. The denim skirt, the brown sequence dress. Simply accessorized it with my gold earrings and my simple shoes, and show me head to toe glam.
I do feel like it's a whole glam look. Of course, we're getting it at the end of the year feel, which means it's a lot of end of year functions. So people's trying to be glam, look sexy for a night out or with the girls, whatever, going for drinks. So yes, sequential for the young blah. And then of course the face beat for the gods because it all ties in together. I can't believe it. Black Friday is over. It is done. And of course, it may be over, but you can still be getting the best deals at Howards with Cyber Monday. I know that's actually a thing. Now, you can still save big on selected items from now until the 8th of December. So get everyone ready for the festive season by saving big on the amazing deals.
Absolutely. So if you shop in store, online, or in the Woolies app, you can get 50% off women's fashion extended all the way to the 9th of December, Tommy. That's next week, Monday.
That is
We are in this week, Monday. We're talking about next week, Monday. So you can go on app, Woolies app,
shop,
or in the store, and you'll get 50% off. Well, up to 50% off.
Yeah, another beauty festival is also still on the way until Sunday, the 8th of December. So you can still get 20% off 2 beauty items. I know we spoke about this a lot on Friday, and spoil yourself or a loved one or bae or whatever you want to spoil.
Nana.
Yeah, it's just everyone. You get a gift. You get a gift. Everyone's getting a gift. Now hurry up or miss out on Howards Cyber Monday deals today. Now you can check out all the deals by heading on over to hoowards.co.za.
So guys, this is actually breaking my heart. I'm considering something that I got the news that on the 12th of March next year, 2020, one of the most loved and undoubtedly most successful and popular soaps that South African TV has ever seen will be drawing to a close. And I don't know how I feel about this. Isidingo has been running for 21 years. That's incredible. I can actually remember when it first started. Believe it or not, I actually starred in a cameo role on this series. One of the coolest experiences of my career, undoubtedly. So we're asking you guys this morning, and I think until they close up shop, to show them some love. But I'd love to know from you, who is your favorite character, past or present? Mine has to be undoubtedly Doop from back in the day. Brandon Orette, one of the coolest guys in the business. I absolutely loved his character, loved the vibe, but they've got so many memorable relationships, characters that have fed off each other so beautifully and brilliantly. So let us know on our social media platforms, who is your favorite Isidingo character and why? You can think about that as we go into our global headlines.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's take a first look at what's happening on the national news. Now, Ramaphosa reiterates call for stiff penalties against GBV perpetrators, moves to start a foundation to address violence in the country. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday reiterated the call for stiff penalties against perpetrators of gender-based violence and said once they are found guilty, must see the rest of their days in prison. As well as SA spends billions on deporting undocumented foreign nationals, deployment of additional personnel, at border posts during festive season. Now, the Minister of Home Affairs said that South Africa had spent some $5 billion over the past 5 years to deport undocumented foreign nationals who live in the country illegally, and it has also spent over $8 billion to maintain ports of entry at various border posts. And on the international front, the Electoral Commission of Namibia has announced that Dr. Hage Geingob has won Namibia's presidential election. Namibia's first woman to run for president, Esther Munjangu, received less than 2% of the vote. People in China are now required to have their faces scanned when registering new mobile phone services, as the authorities seek to verify the identities of the country's hundreds of millions of internet users. The regulation came into effect yesterday. And finally, a pair of boots worn by Napoleon Bonaparte during his final exile on St. Helena sold in Paris on Friday for $128,000. Now, more than twice the initial estimate. The size 7 boots were saved for posterity by General Henry Gatton Bertrand, who had followed the French leader into exile on the far-flung South Atlantic island after his defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Now, Napoleon had a large collection of footwear, which he bought from a well-known Paris shoemaker. Now, although British propagandists often curated the Corsican as an authoritarian midget at 1.69 meters or 5 foot 2 inches, he was actually somewhat taller. St. Helena is a beautiful island still under UK rule, with recently introduced regular flights from Johannesburg to Jamestown, some 3.6 thousand kilometers apart. And that is where we leave your news for this morning. Let's take a look at the sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's kick it off with national netball news. The South African national side, they recorded a 54-48 win over England in the final game of their 3-match test series in Cape Town, but it was England who walked away as the overall winners, clinching the series 2-1. In cricket, yesterday's Mzansi Super League fixtures saw both Western Province sides recording wins. Paul Rocks beat Jozi Stars by 5 wickets to secure top spot on the standings, and Cape Town Blitz, they claimed a 15-run win over the Tshwane Spartans. In football, the weekend's PSL action was headlined by SuperSport United, now moving up to second on the standings, and was playing out to a 1-1 draw against Stellenbosch FC at the Lucas Moripa Stadium on Saturday. Staying with football, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool now move 11 points clear of defending champions Man City. That's on the Premier League standings after this weekend's results. Liverpool beating Brighton 2-1. City held to a memorable 2-2 draw against Newcastle. And in Formula One, our world champion Lewis Hamilton finished the 2019 season with a win in Abu Dhabi ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. And we'll delve a little deeper into all of our weekend sporting action and that Formula One over the first hour of the show, including an interview with Sia Khaleesi. You don't want to miss it.
December, boss, and we want to know exactly how we are entering this festive season. So we've asked you to send us your sunrise pictures. And Autumn Raven George sent us this incredible sunrise picture from Constantia in Cape Town, where partly sunny conditions are expected with comfortable temperatures reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. Melanin Canyeto sent us this beautiful sunrise picture from Johannesburg, where mainly sunny conditions are expected with a light north breeze reaching a hot maximum of 31 degrees. It seems like it's going to be a pretty warm day in South Africa today, starting off with the Bulukwane with a maximum of 32 degrees and a minimum of 18, and plenty of sunshine from Bombela at 35 and 18. Pretoria 20-33. Johannesburg, where Jamie was this past weekend, with a maximum of 31 degrees and a minimum of 18 degrees. Clear skies for Mahikeng with a minimum of 21 all the way to 36 degrees. Stop 1936, and northwesterly wind of 33 kilometers an hour in Kimberley with a maximum of 38 degrees and a minimum of 20 degrees. Guys, it seems like we have to keep hydrated. Any sunscreen must be on point today. Bloemfontein with a minimum of 18, ranging all the way to 36 degrees. High humidity for Richards Bay at a minimum of 23, max 35. Pietermaritzburg as low as 21 degrees and a high of 33 degrees. High humidity for Durban, South Africa's playground, with 27 and 23. Mthatha, it's a partly cloudy day with a maximum of 33 degrees and a minimum of 18. Northeasterly wind of 33 kilometers an hour in East London, with a low of 19 and a high of 28. Kraddock 14 and 40. Wow. that is hot. And 28 kilometers an hour in Port Elizabeth with a minimum of 17 with a max of 27. George, 14, 26. Lowest temperature in the country with a low of 6 degrees, going up to a maximum of 26. Cape Town, the mother city, 13, 23. Worcester, 11, 29. Springbok, 9, 26. And the highest temperature in the country in Uppington with a low of 16 and a maximum of 38. Listen, keep hydrated, have the best of fun, get December, and make sure that you enter this festive season with a smile.
You were busy this weekend, Jamie. How was Joburg? How was the... I know we don't have the official results yet.
Yes.
But what was the vibe like
it
at
was
your
amazing.
record-breaking attempt?
It was amazing. You know, I got to meet with Greg Solomon, the CEO of McDonald's South Africa.
Nice.
They were so amazing. Yeah, there's a picture. Hey,
Yay.
Greggy,
What's up, Greg?
love
Happy
you,
watching,
Greg.
man.
He was so cool. We obviously were breaking records yesterday. I'm not going to tell you too much because it is going to be coming out later this week. But it was just amazing. I was catching flights there, the vibe. So thank you so much to everyone from Mac Cafe or McDonald's Hoodmead that came out to say hello, take a young selfie, take a snap, and of course Greg and the team that was so amazing. I got fed, I had coffee, but of course it was not.
It's not quite the same as the
Princess
coffee
I was
princess,
like,
okay?
guys, like I have to be a little bit like biased because this princess makes the coffee for the yams.
She does.
So.
Good morning, sweet thing. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, very good. I think both of us need a coffee. It's a Monday.
Yes.
Just a little something. So,
Monday.
I was so lucky. I got to sit down with Sia Khaleesi about a week ago, and we had such a cool chat and catch up, and just so awesome to see how much he's reveling in the World Cup success. So, in just a moment, we're going to be delving into all of our weekend sport, but we also bring you that exclusive sit down with Siam Tanda that it's going to stand out as one of the coolest things I've been lucky enough to do. So stick around.
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McCafe, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Oh, you can make my day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We wish you a comfortable flight.
Excuse me, welcome back. A variety of sporting action on offer over the weekend from our national netball team, doing us proud to the Mzansi Super League, throwing up a few surprises, and of course the best footballers in South Africa and England taking to the field over the past 2 days. Plethora of action, maybe not so many goals locally, but we'll delve into all of that. All of our sporting results this weekend. Please welcome our favourite human being, our sports anchor, Jeremy Harris. I promise you I'm not coughing because that was difficult to say.
Yeah, it's just stuck in your throat there, though.
Just a little bit of like festive cheer got stuck in my throat there.
Yeah.
Buddy, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you, bud.
We love having this kind of level of test series taking place in South Africa, obviously focusing on the netball. We would have loved it more if the Proteas ladies, the performance that they put in yesterday, if that could have been set the tone, but it was pretty close throughout the entire
Very close. I mean, I think the first one on Friday could have gone either way. We saw that they had to go to extra time to get the result. You know, what I liked is that England didn't have it their own way at any stage, across all three games. And then yesterday they came up short themselves. So 2-1 is not the result maybe we were looking for. But I think it's a really good first proper outing for the Spa Proteas after the World Cup.
Yeah, completely. And you know, I think those are often the most difficult, where you've got to kind of refocus.
Yep.
And it is so, I think, important for us to reinforce our position. We want to be in the top three, and it's always going to be us and England that are kind of duking it out to make it in there. But it's a fantastic performance by the ladies. Thank you so much, as always, for representing us so well. Let's now move on to the Mzansi Super League very quickly. 2 big wins for the Western Cape sides, but taking it back a moment or two, I was lucky enough to be in Durban for the Giants up against the Durban Heat. You kind of feel sorry for the Heat now, seeing how well they're playing, that they've had the opportunity to connect, and after their 3 missed games, you kind of think what could have been. But some amazing run chases, some brilliant batting. This has been a really good league.
I like it. I mean, they talk about it as being Mzansi 2.0.
Yeah.
And it really is an improvement on year one. I'd like to have seen, and maybe that'll grow into it, I'd like to have seen more bums in seats.
Completely.
And slightly fuller stadiums. But that being said, the quality of the cricket has definitely stepped up. I think that the overseas internationals have embraced it, and embraced the local and the locals, so much.
Yeah.
So nice to see, and very, very exciting. And I mean, we were talking about it just before we went live. We were talking about some of the because, I mean, I always think that Mzansi Super League and T20 cricket is all about the batsmen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the
bowling
bowlers
has been superb.
Amazing.
Obviously, Keshav Maharaj, the man of the moment for the Heat. I think he got 3 for 15 in his 4 overs, which we thought would set the tone, stay forever.
Yeah.
Then my star performer, he is the best bowler in the league, undoubtedly, and it makes you think maybe we can lure him back into the international fold completely. Dale Steyn
should throw a fish on a braai and try to encourage him to come back, I think.
3 for 10 he was able to achieve yesterday. I don't know if it's the lack of pressure, but he is just a man reborn.
As I say, somebody should really take him into a quiet corner and try to tell him about the international series coming up.
We love it. So the Spartans beating Paul Rocks by 8 wickets, then the Durban Heat obviously beating the Giants by 6 wickets. Rocks beating the Josley Stars, who are winless in the tournament. What's gone on there?
It's hard to imagine. I mean, defending champions and then 7 for 7 losses. It really is a disconnect, and something is obviously just not working for them. There are too many big names, so much experience, so many stars in there, and yet it's not working. And unfortunately, we talk about narrow margins. It becomes even narrower in T20, and so it's
so fickle, man.
Just hasn't gone their way.
And they're a good side.
Yep.
On paper, they're a really good side. And then the last result, obviously, the Cape Town Blitz beating the Tshwane Spartans by 15 runs yesterday. Anything can change. I think any of the teams still in it, possibly not the Josley Stars by now, if they win their games, get their bonus points, they can put their hand up for
I mean, you're looking to end in the top 3, and as you say, mathematically, it's doable for all but one side, the Stars who are winless. But I mean, everybody else really has got a chance to get there.
Let's move to the PSL, buddy. I can see you a little bit deflated here. 6 games.
6 games and 6 goals. I mean, that's not the standard maybe we've been spoiled by them in the past, and this was a quiet weekend, but it really was disappointing to see goalless draws aplenty, and it was a victory, I suppose, for the defence, but really it was not the kind of football that the league would want to put on. Very negative, very sort of putting up the wall and hoping for the best, and I think that we need to have a quick look and try to improve for the next round of games.
Man. Our Chiefs have been luckily setting the tone at the top of the table, and they've got to come comfortable lead there. SuperSport United now move into second spot. Masatanta up against Stellenbosch FC. I suppose at this stage of the season, things get real. The teams need to grind out the wins or the draws. It's all about points now.
Yeah, and also what happens is that games sort of almost follow each other with very small breaks in between, very short recovery times. And so now it really is about the pre-season training that's happened before months ago. And you go, why did I have to do that? Well, now we know the answer.
Legs. Just very quickly, your results out of the English Premier League this weekend. Spurs beating Bournemouth 3-2 to continue the Mourinho era unbeaten. What was the
so odd to see him in a Tottenham Hotspur.
That's why I was coughing earlier. Mourinho. It's very difficult. Maybe Newcastle, Man City. That was unexpected. A 2-2 draw.
I think that they'll feel Newcastle will feel as if they came away with the win. It was a really surprising result, but well done to them. And again, City coming away with a share of the spoils. They'll be probably going, oh, what on earth just happened there? But I mean, can we say Liverpool are champions? It's very early on, but
can you see anyone making up 11 points? So that would need Liverpool to notoriously trip up, as they have done once or twice. But I mean, it would take a huge amount. Of course, probably another big standout result. West Ham beating Chelsea 1-0. But that's a wrap of your weekend sport. We'll delve into Formula One a little bit later.
Now listen, Graham has been smiling from ear to ear since last week because he had a sit down with the man himself. Now this man, he has become one of the biggest names in the world after leading South Africa to a third Rugby World Cup win last month. Now Siamthanda Siya Kolisi made his Springbok debut in 2013 and wore the captain's armband for the very first time 5 years later. Now Siya's story from growing up in poverty to winning the Webb Ellis Cup has inspired millions throughout the world. Now Graham sat down with the Rugby World Cup winning captain to find out more about the global showpiece, what it's meant to have his family there, and what is next. So let's take a look at it.
He's one of these. Oh, Captain, my captain, I'm going to add my name to a list of famous captains, famous sporting personalities, sporting bodies, presidents, even princes to have congratulated a world champion. Buddy, how long do you think it's going to take for you to come back down to earth? You're going to need another 4 years?
No, trust me, I've been on earth. As soon as I got home, you know, I've got kids. I must still watch my kids and do that kind of stuff, you know. And yeah, it's been good, but like every time I step outside, it's tough. It's tough on one, but it's amazing at the same time to see how excited and happy the people are. It makes me really happy to see people celebrating this with us, you know, and enjoying it with us.
What did Rassie say to you guys? What did you guys agree on as a team? What changed? What clicked to get the Boks to where you are now?
Because Coach Rassie came in knowing exactly what he wanted to do, and his team as well. He had a very strong team, and he made us realize, like, you can't inspire people by posting on social media and being cool there and just showing all the nice stuff. And he just told us, like, we have to start speaking the language that we know best, and that's rugby and hard work, and that's what we started doing. And we had to put the team first and put aside our personal goals and dreams and just focus on what we had to do, and that's what we did. And we put the Springbok first. We did everything that we needed to do. We didn't moan. We just worked, and it brought us closer and closer.
I've got to ask, what was it like playing the perfect game of rugby? Because that's what it looked like in that final. You guys gelled. What was that like?
Well, for us, I think we worked. We knew what we needed to do. Our plan didn't change from when we started as a team. And, you know, a lot of people had their own opinions about the way we were playing, that we were winning.
Maybe because you guys made it look so easy in that final, and I say it with all due respect, I've got to ask what the toughest challenge throughout this World Cup campaign was. Was it maybe that Wales semi-final, having to grind that out, the loss to New Zealand? What was the toughest challenge?
The Japan game, I think, was really the toughest part of the World Cup, because every single game was tough. It's just that we were playing against them at the home crowd. We had to dig deep, you know, and we stuck to our guns, and we did it, you know, and we won that game. Every single game was tough in its own way, but I thought that one was, you know, you're sitting there, you're not doubting that you're going to win, but you just had to fight for it.
I know faith and family come first, and having your father there must have been pretty significant. What was that feeling like? Did it add any more nerves? How did you feel having your dad there?
Happy that he could be there, because I know that maybe one day it was one of his dreams to take me out of the country, you know, if he could afford it, if he had the means of doing it. And I thought, well, how about I not do it for him? You know, he had watched me in my first game, and now he watched me live in my 50th game, which was really pretty special.
Having Rachel there, having the kids there for that final, how cool was that?
It was really amazing, and we do things with me and there because we've been doing these kind of things. We've been doing projects for people, and and helping our community, and that's the stuff that I love, and something that she knows I'm passionate about. She is too, and like training so hard and focusing and being in meetings and going home or going to your hotel room and your wife and kids there, and the kids are so excited to see you. Doesn't matter how tough the day was, that just brings you, makes you, it gave me peace. It took me to a happy place, and I really enjoyed that.
If I can ask you now to maybe look back, you say your personal narrative isn't an important one, that it's not about the kid who comes from the township, but your story is a remarkable one. And if I can ask you now to go back, to talk to that 12-year-old, that 13-year-old Sia standing with rugby boots in hand outside that school, what would you say to him?
You gotta keep dreaming and keep giving it everything and believing that it's achievable, because if I can do it, surely anybody can do it. I mean, now they can start dreaming, saying, he won the World Cup, he's a Springbok now, they can believe they can achieve that. And anybody, like young kids in the township, like academics or young people working in farms, growing up in farms, that's what our team is about. All these people from different backgrounds just decided to focus and choose to buy into this and give everything they can, and that's what we did. And we're hoping that where we come from, or anybody who's been in a situation, in any of us in the team, that we've inspired them to know that it is possible.
So now that the dust begins to settle, and I know life will never ever really be the same again, but you've got a Super Rugby season looming. You've got to get back to the real world. Where's Sia now? What's next for you?
Well, I've started training, making sure I'm ready, because the season starts early next year. I got to get back into training, but I want to spend a lot of time, go away with the family and just relax as well.
And boy, have you made us so proud. We are so proud of you, Sia. Congratulations, my friend. Oh, man, you don't understand. You actually don't understand. He's such a lovely guy, and I think he was so... I could tell the layers of exhaustion. He's been all over the world. He's obviously been recognized, with international awards and local awards, and but he's been like this fountain of generosity of spirit, I think is the best way to describe it. He's just been pouring out this love and appreciation. I can see how tired he is there. And I felt so bad at the Mzansi. I was like, so when's the media going to stop that? And he's like, when you stop interviewing me, bro, please.
Were you nervous, though? Were you nervous? I mean, like...
I've known him for a long time, so he's become a really good mate in that space, like in the sporting world. I think you just want to do it justice, because he's just done something truly remarkable. But I mean, he's such a lovely guy that chatting to him is an absolute pleasure. Always awesome stuff. So Sia, if you're not just chilling in bed right now and hopefully sleeping and watching this, thank you so much. It's always so good to connect with you. Thank you for just being so open and cool with the media as well. It's made a massive difference. We love you, bro.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
Hi, how you doing? This is DJ Fresh. I love the festive season because love, and even more love. My idea of the perfect Christmas has probably to be very simple, rural setting, my dad's home village with the entire family, my siblings from around the world, my little sister married and lives in Atlanta in the US, my little brother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3 Expresso Morning Show. Of course, it's the start of a brand new week, a start to a fresh week, new opportunities. But of course, the joy of the festive season is a reason enough to feel like an absolute kid again. And this is why Woolworths collaborated with the young artist, 6-year-old Valdo. Now, Valdo and his musician dad, Lindo, joined a glittering celebrity cast like Bonang, DJ Fresh, Dale Steyn, Siba, and Jan Hendrik van der Westhuizen for the 2019 Christmas advertising campaign. Let's take a look at the campaign song.
It's your number, Papa. Forget you for another daddy. It's a beautiful day, Daddy. Chubby, choo, 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 choo. It's a happy day. Oh, what's up, Tata? It's a merry day. Yeah, pizza, pizza. It's a happy day. Oh, what's up, Tata? It's a merry day. Yeah, pizza, pizza. Bambalento bonang. Tata lento fresh. Bambalento seven. Tata lento silver.
Give me the love.
Oh, give me the love.
It's a happy day.
It's a happy day.
Sijabulile ziyi Christmas. Mphethu bonanga ukhwena noThebe. Hayi mphethu Shila. Silokhali South Africa. Wonke umuntu ngithi happy fresh Jody Dale. Aw Catherine obatshele lapho Jane. Hayi boss kumnandi Siba no Brian. Imina uDaddy kaFaldo sijabulile siyi Christmas.
What
It's
a
a
mood!
happy day,
It's like a mood for,
Daddy.
this is a mood for
I have
December.
so much FOMO to be a part of that campaign.
know.
I love them so much, and watching them grow on social media, from taking videos in their living room to being on such a big campaign. Shout outs to you guys, man. It really, really makes me happy, and I feel like a kid again, you know what I mean? And adding to the festive fun, these are some of the cast members. A few questions about the holiday season, the must-haves, the whatnots, etc. So
What?
let's see what DJ Fresh had to say.
DJ Fresh in the his.
Hi, how you doing? This is DJ Fresh. I love the festive season because love, 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 and even more love. My idea of the perfect Christmas has probably to be very simple, rural setting, my dad's home village with the entire family, my siblings from around the world, my little sister married and lives in Atlanta in the US, my little brother married and lives in Mauritius. So when we're all together, for me, that's the perfect Christmas. I don't even want gifts, just family. My favorite Christmas memory has to be, I think it was grade 2 or grade 3, and I'd wanted a Donkey Kong Nintendo handheld console. And I did everything. I prayed, I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, I said I'd be good, and I woke up Christmas morning and I had a Donkey Kong handheld console. Best Christmas ever. We as a family have unusual Christmas traditions. Not really, hey. If anything is weird is how every Christmas at my dad's home village, he literally slaughters 3 to 4 cows and pretty much feeds everybody. Like Christmas Day, we have everybody come over and just eat and drink. And I'm like, Dad, you want to break the bank? But every Christmas without fail, he does that.
There's something about DJ Fresh's voice. He can just sing,
you know what I mean? Like, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yeah, no, he's gorgeous. I love it. But as DJ Fresh, Mabu Thang said, the festive season is all about love, 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 love. So share the love, share the happy, share the excitement, share the moment with Hoolies this Christmas. Of course, it's a festive season. It's all about giving back.
Absolutely.
Imina uDaddy kaFaldo sijabulile siyi Christmas.
Wow. What an awesome campaign. Well, let's continue to inspire you right now. A common experience among our silver-haired generation that once you've been seen as being older-aged, you can almost become invisible to society. That is heartbreaking. But before us, our elderly citizens have been the engineers, athletes, builders, nurses, job creators, influencers, mothers and fathers who made the world go round. And at the Douglas Murray Home for the Aged, they haven't forgotten that exact dynamic. The service they offer is the way that they say to their seniors, thank you for all that you are and everything that you have done.
It has been said that the true test of a civilization is in the way that it cares for its helpless members. And here at Douglas Murray, the helpless are the elderly and aged who are provided with care, love and safety by a team of staff members who are passionate and caring. And that's why they are this week's Mandela Monday heroes. I'm here at the home to find out exactly how they continue to provide such a wonderful haven for the elderly. Fred, the Douglas Murray Home opened its doors 50 years ago. How exactly did it come to be?
The Douglas Murray Home was started by a group of women from the Witterboomer side of Wynberg who saw the need for the establishment of a facility to care for the poor and marginalized people that were living on the streets. And the home is actually named after the founder of the Murray and Roberts Company, Mr. Douglas Murray. He bequeathed a sum of money in his estate for the building of the center. That's where it originated.
Here, the mission is to provide excellent and efficient medical, mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, and emotional care for the frail, aged, and indigenous on a 24/7 and sustainable basis. A full social service for those who come to live here, like Blanche Joshua.
So far, I'm here at the home a year, and I find everything fun. Staff is very reliable, very friendly, and so is everybody around. We're trying to make the best of it.
Well, I've been here now for 11 years. I came here in 2008. Well, I think Douglas Murray has eventually become a home for everybody that's here. We have individual attention, so yeah, it is very special for us.
How would you like to see this home continue to serve the needs of the elderly in these communities over the next 50 years?
I think we've proven over the years that we do provide quality care, and we can't do that without the support that we receive from the community and from our various stakeholders, be it in business, in government. And so we would like that relationship that exists at the moment, that to continue.
The 50 professionally trained staff members are able to offer the 70 residents a lot of quality, one-on-one time and a range of stimulating activities to keep everyone as mentally active as possible.
Douglas Murray Home is belangrik vir mense wat nie plek het om te bly nie en wat op die strate is, wat hulle huise verloor het en wat nie families het om te bly nie, en especially die ou mense. Daarom is Douglas Murray belangrik vir my, vir hulle, want ons versorg vir hulle hier. En is 'n safe plek vir hulle om te bly, want hier gaan hulle liefde kry, hulle gaan gevoed raak, hulle gaan aangetrek word en hulle gaan versorg word en is 'n safe plek vir hulle.
The role of this NPO is to give, and a lot of your work revolves around serving the community. How have you personally gained from this experience?
I think coming to the home has been a revelation for me personally. I think I benefited so much in my own personal life. It humbles you. It brings out that nurturing, caring side of you that you think that you didn't have. At a deeply personal level, it has benefited me tremendously, because here you see daily how people's lives are being transformed just through the slightest of things that we take for granted. And you see that, and you can only just stand back and say, wow, this is what gives me the greatest joy, just to see the joy on their faces.
as we grow and age in life, so too should our capacity for love, compassion, and respect. And those are the guiding principles of this Douglas Murray home. They provide such a wonderful space for the elderly, and it's something that has kept them going for 50 years. And here's to another 50 years of providing a home that is filled with love, safety, and care.
This hit the fields. I grew up, this is in Steenberg, my hometown, but I grew up in Sunday school and we used to go to the Douglas Murray home every festive season. So definitely well deserved that the fact that they're our Mandela heroes for the Monday. Beautiful. I am in
it's
awe.
A feel
and Uncle
good Monday,
it's definitely a feel good Monday. And they're old age and they're still living their best life. And, you know, they also watch TV because sometimes I see them there in the checkers. They're like, hi, can I find out funny TV? But of course, it's a feel-good Monday, like we said. We still have so much positive stories. We have, who do we have in studio later?
We don't have 4, and I mean not 5. Just 6 amazing musicians in studio to kickstart this festive season with us. But we'll get into all of that just after this.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
One, two.
A bit louder. A bit louder. Just slightly more. Yeah.
Waiting on the rain, waiting on the. Wait, which one are you starting with?
Just drop your mic. We're gonna do the interview first.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
When you hear that, you of course know it's about to spill the beans, spill the tea. We are going to be. I know it's been such a good weekend. I mean, I was in Johannesburg. You were living your best life.
I was living my best life with my family too. It was incredible.
I know, but the country is in absolute sadness because this weekend it's confirmed that the long-running and popular SABC3 soapy Isidingo The Need is being decommissioned by the public broadcaster after enjoying 21 years on air. The sadness. Now, they officially announced that the last episode will be airing on Thursday, the 12th of March, 2020. They added, after 21 years of on-screen deceit, lust, conniving, murder, and bliss in Horizon Deep's City of Gold, the great South African storyline comes to an absolute end. Now, in line with the channel's future strategic direction, Isidingo has been one of the programs that will not be recommissioned for the new year from April 2020. Now, the decision has been informed by a number of factors, including poor audience ratings, which is sad. Which is during the time slot, but there's very little interaction, and a decline in revenue. Now, the soapy has been on air since July 1998 and has truly become part of the parcel of the South African home, priding itself with being relevant and agile by showcasing current affairs on the show as the news broke. I know it's sad, it's hitting in the field.
It's basically as old as I am.
Exactly. We grew up watching this. Now, the SABC also says that it plans to invest in local productions, which will allow creatives to come up with new, gripping and commercially viable content. Now, through its content division, the SABC will welcome any proposals that will respond to the plans and the direction of the channel. So tune into Expresso on Monday, the 6th of January 2020 to watch a special insert on a popular storyline in this beloved Mzansi institution. How are you feeling?
Tell me, it's literally like, really?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that we grew up watching, and it's just sad to say goodbye.
Who was one of your your best guest? Rajesh, your friend, you've been watching Isidingo.
Back in the day, I said, like, I know it. And we've also put it up on social media to ask you guys who was your favorite character, and also seeing as though Umbana, they last airing in 2020. So we have a few responses here from Tracy. She says Lee Haynes.
Oh, yes.
Barker, Cheryl, Papa G. Papa G. Rajesh, they were the best actors. They are also love. Is it Khatanga?
I didn't watch that episode.
You didn't watch that episode. I just love the villains, lol. And the good ones too.
Oh man.
Papa G.
Papa G. He was the G. He was the OG of Isidingo. Now, Nazreen Harris Davuluru said, Mama Agnes. Oh yes, Mama Agnes. She was such an inspiration and like a mother to everyone. She had that homely feel to her. So Mama Agnes was the mama as well. And then, who's the last one?
Tabs Nomana. Good morning, Expresso family. Good morning to you. I love Papa G.
Oh, yes.
The way he dressed and his thoughts it all. Wow. It's sad, really. Isidingo has been part of my family all these years. I'm going to miss them, and TV won't be the same without Isidingo. Absolutely will not be the same. I agree with that. Papa G had all the swag, you know what I mean?
He was just out there. Young toothpick there. You were just looking at you like... But you know who's my favorite one? You know, Graham was actually in Isidingo. He was glad. He was there for 4 episodes. But so he was my favorite Isidingo character. I'm joking. But of course, Papa G as well. But let's go over to G-Man and see what he's getting up to for this busy morning.
We're about to drop a festive bomb on the studio. They've got a Christmas track coming out, and it's going to blow your mind. But they've been around for a while. In fact, since 2011. I'm talking about just 6, if the number of gents hasn't given it away. They've had incredible success creating their own form, I think, or style of music, undoubtedly. Distinct harmonies, unforgettable melodies, and they seem like the coolest group of guys as well. So, gents, thanks for the early start. Thanks for making your way down south. And all the best for the festive season. I know this is a busy time for you guys. You take a deep breath, be like, so let me introduce the crew. Mta, Ntutuko, Fazile, Rashaka, and Corsi, and Squada. Welcome to it. Mta and Corsi, brothers?
Yeah.
Really?
Brothers, 2 of us.
Cool, man. I've got you juxtapositioned against each other. I can see it. Gents, I say that you've kind of created your own genre, if you will, of music. We love a boy band, man. We love the fact that you guys can find those harmonies. But you described as Afro vocal play. What does that mean?
Basically, we're African instruments, you know. A cappella is music without instruments, so that's what we do. We sing a cappella, but we decided to become the instruments. So we are Afro vocal players.
I absolutely love that, and it's, I think, one of the most difficult forms. A cappella is just, I marvel at your ability with your vocal instruments, being able to create the kinds of sounds that you do. Having 6 of you in the mix, that just adds a whole nother dimension. And Tutuko, how difficult is it to get to that point where you're happy with the sound? Because surely with this many creative influences, you guys could just work on it and work on it. Who has the final say? Who's the boss?
Actually, I mean, it's very easy, but if you have a music director that's really difficult, then things. So of course he is the music director.
Okay, but, so you're the boss then.
But I mean, it comes really natural. It's how we grew up, and in choirs and a cappella has always been a thing. Now it's just about channeling that instrument energy that makes it a bit more different, you know.
But also making it pop, making it commercially viable. That is something that very few artists are able to actually get that balance. Fazile, how much of this is based on that, knowing, okay, we need to appeal to a market, we need to create a sound that people are going to buy, because you guys have had success here, you've had success internationally, you guys have created an identity around the band, which is no mean feat. There are lots that are trying to do that, very few are able to achieve that. Do you create music with that in mind? Okay, someone needs to buy this, or is it about saying, okay, we love this, we love singing this, we love performing this? Where does the creativity kind of start?
Yeah, you know, funny enough, we've had like some time in the business trying to create a sound, and it's, you know, at first you start out like, oh, we love this sounds so good, and then you find out that, you know what, maybe not for the public, you know, and then we've always tried to
just for us. This is
try and tailor every time, you know, to say, okay, maybe let's do something more appealing to people. You know, just try to focus on that. It's a little tough when you're like staunch a cappella kind of person.
Yeah, and you don't want to lose that. You want to be purist to what you do, but you also you want to make money, man. You want to sell. Rashaka, how would you say the sound has changed? Has it evolved? Have you stayed true to that core? How have you guys? Because you've now a couple of albums in. You've had a couple of EPs that have all been successful. How have you changed over that path?
Oh, I've been there from the beginning, and I've seen a lot of faces.
Really? The OG.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of faces come and go. So over the time, over the years, it has changed. The sound has changed because of the different faces that have come. Yeah. They have come with different ideas of what music is, and others have come with terms such as Afro-vocal play.
What is this Afro-vocal play you speak of?
So I believe through the years, we've grown, and that growing has brought change to the group.
Just very quickly, I'll ask you, and Nkosi, as the musical director.
Yeah.
You got a Christmas album coming out, which is very clever. Artists who aren't releasing Christmas songs, you're losing out, man. But you are featuring Aaron Smith in this particular one. What can we expect from that?
So we're releasing a single for this year, which is called "It's Christmas Time," which is an African approach to Christmas. You know, because we believe that that's very rare. You know, in the whole idea of Christmas, you know, they always think about snow and all those things, but down
very
south,
European, yeah,
you know, it's very hot and stuff. So that's what we speaking about in all the festivities that we do down south with in during Christmas time, whatnot. So we're featuring the legendary Ernie Smith, the guitarist, on the song, and it's gonna be beautiful. So next year we're gonna push the album, but for this year we're dropping this single and see how it goes.
Scott, I haven't had time to get to you, buddy. So what do you play in the musical, the vocal play?
I play the bass guitar.
Yeah. I play the bass
but I don't.
Pretty deep, man.
I hardly sound like it when I speak, but
Jay, it's so cool to host you here. I cannot wait to hear what you guys do. It's really is a treat for us having a class act like you guys in studio. So thank you so much for gracing us with your considerable talent as well, and for being such awesome gents as well. They are Just 6, and they are here just for you.
Show that there's a glass and a half in everyone by lighting up the faces of orphaned and vulnerable children this festive season. Donate your pre-loved toys, books or games at the Cadbury Dairy Milk Generosity at the Tiger Valley Shopping Centre in Cape Town between the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. You could also donate your pre-loved or new toys at selected Toys R Us stores or online at toysrus.co.za.
One, two. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2.
Yep.
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey. 1, 2. 1, 2. I say you got to be invincible. Stand up and make your dreams come true.
No problem. Oh yeah?
We need an audition.
Yes. We need to audition you. Yeah. 1, 2.
Ask not now, so just in time, Shakes.
You are in. You are within.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
And we don't need it. We don't need it. Okay. Okay, for the...
Where there is a will, there will be a way.
Yeah.
For you, for me, do. Where there is a will,
Yeah.
where there is a will, there will be a way.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have leapt through the first hour of the show. Let's kick off the second with our national news headlines.
Thank you very much, Mr. G. Tabiso here reporting your news headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday reiterated the call for stiff penalties against perpetrators of gender-based violence and said once they're found guilty, must see the rest of their days in prison. The Minister of Home Affairs yesterday said South Africa had spent some 5 billion rand over the past 5 years to deport undocumented foreign nationals who live in the country illegally. It also spent over 8 billion rand to maintain ports of entry at various border posts. The Electoral Commission of Namibia has announced that Dr. Hage Geingob has won Namibia's presidential election. Namibia's first woman to run for president, Esther Mwinjangu, received less than 2% of the vote. People in China are now required to have their faces scanned when registering new mobile phone services, as the authorities seek to verify the identities of the country's hundreds of millions of internet users. The regulation came into effect yesterday. And finally, a pair of boots worn by Napoleon Bonaparte during his final exile on St. Helena sold in Paris on Friday for $128,000, more than twice their initial estimate. The size 7 boots were saved for posterity by General Henry Gayton Betland, who had followed the French leader into exile on the far-flung South Atlantic island after his defeat at the Battle of Waterloo out in 1815. Napoleon had a large collection of footwear, which he bought from a well-known Paris shoemaker. Although British propagandists often caricatured the Corsican as an authoritarian midget at 1.69 meters or 5 foot 2 inches, he was actually somewhat taller. St. Helena is a beautiful island still under the UK rule, with recently introduced regular flights from Johannesburg to picturesque Jamestown, some 3,600 kilometers apart. That's where we leave it for now. Here's Graham with a look at your sports.
Thank you so much, Tubbs. Let's kick it off with netball. The South African national netball team recorded a 54-48 win over England. That was in the final game of their 3-test series in Cape Town, but it was ultimately England who walked away as the overall winners, clinching the series 2-1. On to cricket. Yesterday's Mzansi Super League fixtures saw both Western Province sides record wins. Paul Rocks beating Josie Stars by 5 wickets to secure top spot on the standings, but it's tight up there. And then Cape Town Blitz claiming a 15-run win over the Tshwane Spartans. Locally in football, the weekend's PSL action was headlined by SuperSport United moving up to second on the standings and was playing out to a 1-1 draw against Stellenbosch FC at the Lucas Moripo Stadium on Saturday. Then a little further afield, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool have now moved 11 points clear of defending champions Man City on the Premier League standings. That was after this weekend's results. They beat Brighton 2-1. City were held to a 2-2 draw against Newcastle United. And in Formula One, world champion Lewis Hamilton finished the 2019 season with a win in Abu Dhabi ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll delve into our Formula One in just a moment. Wrap up what has been a scintillating 2019 season.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's take a first look at what's happening on the roads. Now in Gauteng, Germiston, there's been an accident on the N12 eastbound before Atlas Road. The emergency lane is blocked, so please approach this with caution. And in the Western Cape, Delft, on the R300 northbound, there has been an accident before the N2 turnoff. All lanes are open, but delays can be expected, so please keep a lookout for this. And on the Metro Rail Northern Line, there's an extended travel time of 20 to 30 minutes on the Strand-Muldersvlei line due to current infrastructure conditions and sets out of service. And that's where we leave our traffic. Let's take a look at what's happening in the weather. Of course, it's a beautiful Monday morning, starting off December correctly, and we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Now, Louise Sherry sent us this amazing sunrise from Blue Hills in Midrand, where mainly sunny conditions are expected with a light northeasterly breeze reaching a maximum of 31 degrees. So make sure to stay hydrated all day long. And JP Malherba sent us this spectacular sunrise from Robertson, where sunny to partly cloudy conditions are expected with a westerly wind and a shower in the evening, reaching a maximum of 32 degrees. It's going to be a hot girl summer today. But let's take a look at the rest of the country, starting off in Polokwane with a low of 18, peaking at 32, so lots of sunshine can be expected for them as well as Umbumbela with a low of 18 and a high of 35. For you, Pretoria, it's 20, 33, and then Jozi, the beautiful city that I was in the weekend, is 18, reaching a maximum of 31. Clear skies can be expected for Mahikeng, ranging from 21 to 36 degrees. For you, Klerksdorp, it's 19 and 36, and then a northwesterly wind of 33 kilometers per hour for Kimberley with a low of 20 and a high of 38. For you, Bloemfontein, it's 18 and 36, and then high humidity can be expected for Richards Bay, ranging from 23 to 35 degrees. For Pietermaritzburg, it's 21 and 33, so partly cloudy conditions can be expected, and then high humidity expected for Durban with a low of 23 and a high of 27. Mthatha, 18, 33, and a northeasterly wind of 33 kilometers expected for East London, ranging from 19 to 28 degrees. The highest temperature in the country can be found in Cradock with a low of 14 and a whopping of 40, so make sure to get that sunblock on, and an easterly wind of 28 kilometers per hour for the friendly city Port Elizabeth, ranging from 17 to 27 degrees. For you, George, it's 14, 26, and the lowest temperature in the country is Sutherland with an all low of 6 and a high of 26, so you might want to grab a sweater on the way out today. For the mother city, it is 13, 23, Worcester 11, 29, Springbok 9, 26, and for you, Uppington, it is 16, 38. It is a Monday morning. Whatever you choose to do, make it count.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Oh, yes, there goes that tune on a beautiful Monday, top of the week. Time for us to start that week on a high by celebrating your birthdays. If it is your birthday today, look out, you might just see yourself on the screen. And if it's not your birthday, but you know someone that's celebrating their birthday, hopefully you've sent it through to us. We've got lots to get through. Let's take a look, Kuhle.
Up first, we have Kerry Sandra. Best wishes to my friend, my partner, my soulmate, Kerry Sandra Annual. Happy birthday to you. I love you always, from your husband and kids, Tia and Kieran.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's not the only one. Alison is turning 22 today. Happy 22nd birthday to Alison Fortain. May you have a blessed day. This is from your family. They absolutely love you. But of course, we got some videos as well. The first video is to Opie. Opie, it's your birthday. We got a video coming through. Let's take a look.
Birthday to Opie. Happy birthday to Opie. Happy birthday to Opie. Happy birthday to Opie.
Oh man, that is just
It's so cute.
Just an overload of cuteness. A crash
An
of
entire
eight.
crash. Wishing
Opie.
you a happy birthday. We have a second one. We
Yeah.
love these videos,
Yeah.
guys. So this one is to Big Boy. Let's check it out. So cute. Doug, better pull up in a photo. Audi. Happy birthday.
But I like the cars going in reverse. I think we might have to just reassess the origin of that driver's license. But of course, Big Boy, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. And Alison's also celebrating her birthday. Happy 22nd birthday to Alison Fortain. May you have a blessed day. Love from your family. Happy 22nd birthday to you, Alison. And Hannah is also celebrating her birthday. Happy 2nd birthday to Hannah. May God's richest blessing be upon your life, from Uncle Clinton, Auntie Zurin, and Colleen Sinclair. Happy birthday. Oh, such a cutie patootie.
Stunning. Happy birthday, Hannah. Okay, well, Inkita is turning 5 today. Happy birthday, happy 5th birthday, my baby Inkita. Their very own Shoma Josie, it says on here.
Hey.
Mommy loves you. This is from your mom Bulelwa Nama and Uncle Olwetu Nama. Also, Joy Lepako is celebrating her birthday today. It says, happy birthday to my sister Joy Lepako. I wish you all the best and many, many blessed years to come.
Angelina, happy 72nd birthday. Angelina is looking snatched for a 72-year-old man.
I love it, Angelina.
Come, be honest with your age. Happy 72nd birthday to my mom, Angelina. May God bless you. bless you many more years to come. Stay as sweet as you are. Enjoy your day from your daughter and granddaughter. We love you. Happy 72nd birthday.
My sweet Angelina.
Hey.
Esihle, happy 2nd birthday to you, little angel baby Esihle. I wish her all the best. I love her so much. This is from Esihle's mom. And then we got one for Nombulelo, and the message is so sweet. It says, from the person that you were to the person that you've grown to be now, through all the good and tough times, it's a tremendous growth. Happy 24th birthday to you, Nombulelo.
Absolutely. Is it Levi? Levi Alexander. Is that Cat?
Is that Cat?
Hi,
That's
sir.
Cat. Yeah.
We wish our beloved son, Levi Alexander, a very happy 10th birthday. May the Almighty continue to bless you and be the center of your life from your mommy and daddy. I love how we're celebrating people from all spectrums of life, from 2 and 272.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to all of you guys.
That is
Absolutely.
how we do. If it's yours, happy birthday to you. But of course, if you do have a loved one celebrating their birthday soon coming up, why don't you get in touch with us? We're always waiting to see those WhatsApp videos. Send them through to us, 071 640 6551. But of course, you can also still email birthdays at kadova.tv. And if it's your happy birthday today, beep, 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 beep. We'll see after this.
Okay, sweetie, time to blow out your candles.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharma Dynamics.
There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. Buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
Wipe the sadness off your face. Place your life back together again. You know a victory won is better than one given. Like drops in the sea are what your dreams may be. Drop by drop, they will become an ocean tide. Even if it's hard to get over, too low to get up. Where there's a will, there will be a way. Wena wanesu tinisela
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3 on this beautiful Monday. Thank you so much for choosing to start the week off on the right side of bed with us here. Now, it can be really challenging to give your skin the right care that it needs, especially when you're suffering with dry skin. We all know about that. And when we think of skin care, I think for a lot of us, we often put a lot of emphasis and thought into what are the right skincare products for us out there, but not necessarily paying attention to what we are putting into our bodies. Now, this morning, we're going to be chatting to dietitian Catherine Day on what foods we should be eating to keep our skin healthy and hydrated from the inside out. Catherine, so good to have you.
Thanks for having me, yes.
Catherine, I mean, it's true. Dry skin is not cute, and no one likes to have dry skin. And I'm a firm believer of this statement that good skin care and true beauty and health of skin starts from the inside. Is this entirely true?
Yes, definitely. You know, that old saying that goes, you are what you eat, makes total sense when it comes to skincare.
Yeah.
It's very important that what we eat fuels our body in many different ways and definitely helps our skin become more subtle. So, you know, the type of things that you're putting into your body should be high in antioxidants as well as minerals and vitamins.
So, I mean, this morning we're really answering some of these challenges and problems that people with dry skin face on a daily. What are the perfect foods to eat if you need to hydrate your skin or if you're suffering from dry skin?
So I think you mentioned something very important. It's about hydrating your skin. So the first thing wouldn't necessarily be a food, but it would be making sure that you drink enough water to actually hydrate your skin properly. You know, I think some people may only manage a liter of water and, you know, not understand why their skin is still dry, but it's very important that you put the moisture back into your skin and also help your body sort of wash out those toxins that build up during the day. But then other obvious ones are your fruits and your vegetables because they're so high in antioxidants, vitamins and minerals. And then fatty fish because they're good sources of omega-3s, make a big difference as well as it being a good source of protein.
It sounds like a lot of food out there and available that can actually help if you've got dry skin. But if we are able to have a conversation about food that you should be eating because you are suffering with dry skin, we should also be able to talk about foods that you should be avoiding. What's on your list of foods to avoid, especially for people with, let's say, eczema, for example?
Yeah, so it goes back to that you are what you eat. So if you're eating lots of sugar found in fizzy cool drinks and obviously your sweets and your chocolates, then that can really affect inflammation inside your body and, you know, relating back to your skin again, as well as takeouts and other processed foods such as, you know, your Viennas, your Russian sausages, your polonies, those sorts of things.
You know, I saw a glass of wine image being shown on there. Are you saying that that's something to avoid if you've got eczema?
Yeah, so, you know, there also are lifestyle-related issues that one can look at, and too much alcohol as well as too much stress. Time in the sun without sunblock on, not drinking enough water, not sleeping enough, because our bodies need to, again, wash out the toxins from our body, and it does that while we sleep. So, you know, it's very important that not only do you have a healthy diet, but that you also have a healthy lifestyle.
It's an entire holistic approach to what you do with your lifestyle, one, but also the foods that you are consuming. Catherine Day, thank you so much. This has been absolutely insightful. I appreciate it very much. Now, there's some food for thought for all of us to take with us into this Monday. We're giving you, though, a chance to win with a Dexeral product hamper to the value of 2,000 Rand. And all you have to do is SMS the keyword skincare to 33728. That's skincare to 33728, and you could be our lucky winner. Remember that SMSs will cost you R1.50. No free SMSs apply, and the competition will end today at midnight. T's and C's apply. You can find them on expressoshow.com.
Dexeral is a complete dryness soothing and protection system, safe for daily use and suitable for all dry skin. Dry skin protection for the whole family.
All right, let's cook. We've looked after our skin. Dexeral, I'm actually using it at the moment. My whole family is actually, and I'm really, really chuffed with that. So we're now going to shift gears. We talk about beauty starts from within. It starts in the taste buds. That's my thoughts. With braai season now in full swing, holidays literally just around the corner, so close we can taste it. I can certainly smell it here today. Time to celebrate the simpler things in life and to spend some time outside in the sun, in the fresh air, surrounded by family and beautiful smells. And while you're doing that, so treat your friends to a zesty, beautiful chicken braai. This clover peri-peri spatchcock chicken will definitely spice things up. So get the braai fires started, get the taste bud fires started, because this is going to light a bit of a fire. It's got some heat, yo. As you want out of a peri-peri chicken. It's got some sweet, it's got some heat. So we're gonna roll in two phases here, okay? So you're going to start by kind of giving some love to our chicken before we braai.
You know what? This is the one thing you taught me out of
really?
everything that you've ever taught me in my life.
Which is not a long list of things,
it's
okay?
not just like it's like,
Don't laugh.
it's the one thing I'm taking away from you. If there's anything I'm going to take away from Graham, is this.
It's this.
Is putting the yogurt on the chicken because it gives it the moisture. Because I tried this. So you can sometimes do it for 3 hours or overnight. And I find when you do it overnight, it just gives it like sappige.
Completely, because it starts to break down the enzymes. The enzymes work on the enzymes, and it breaks down the fibers in the chicken. It starts to tenderize. Same thing with like a lemon juice or something like that. It literally starts to work and create a much softer tissue in the chicken, which we love. So you're going to let that, you're going to bathe it in our classic for as long as possible. And we love the fact that now you're introducing a source of 10 different vitamins. We obviously have some amazing flavor variants. We're using the plain for the purposes here. You don't want to add too much flavor through the yogurt, but they've got the snack range as well, available in some really beautiful flavor variants. We've got strawberry, we've got mixed fruit, apricot, vanilla, and then of course the plain that we're using today. Very, very nice. Okay.
So
and
I've moistened it, made it nice and juicy, Lucy.
like normally, because we're obviously maintaining appearances here, but I would say get stuck in with your hands and your fingers and rub it and everything. And obviously for the spatchcock, what we've done is we've removed that breastbone and taken the breast out so we can open it up fully so that it cooks nice and evenly on the fire. All right. Whew. We're ready to make a peri-peri, okay? So I'm going to steal a little spoon there. We've made something similar to this before. It is so delicious. Honestly, that was the best chicken we had tasted. Remember that?
I remember
so we're
that.
going to try and emulate. We're going to try and create that again now. Ooh. So we've got 3 ingredients that we've pre-roasted because it brings out the sweetness and the loveliness. Pre-roasted red peppers, okay, which we have taken the skin off. You can leave it on. We've got pre-roasted garlic because garlic is actually very high in sugar, believe it or not. When you roast it, yeah, it's got one of the highest sugar contents of any vegetable, believe it or not.
I'm going to learn that now.
Likewise, so that's another thing you can add to the very short list of things that I've teased you. And then we've got our red onion, which we've toasted as well, roasted beforehand to make it nice and sweet. The keyword here is clover to 33728 if you would like us to send you this extensive peri-peri ingredients list. If you want, you can also add a little bit of salt and pepper.
I was going to say now, you could add a little bit of salt and pepper to this, just to like give it a bit more of a
bit more taste, flavor profiles, flavor layers of profile. Okay, so I've done our 3 pre-roasted, then I've got some ginger. Don't be shy. Because with peri-peri, it needs a little bit of everything. It needs some sweet, it needs some sour, it needs a bit of a kick. We've got vinegar here. You can use pretty much any. You can, grape vinegar, spirit vinegar, apple vinegar, apple cider. It's up to you. Put that in there. Can I give these to you too?
Yes, I can. I'm your...
Create a little bit of space. Then we've got some fresh red chilies. Bird's eye are my favorite at the moment, but we are blessed to have a lot of lovely fresh chilies, and we've got some dried chilies there as well. And the dried chili obviously impacts the flavor. It gets a little bit hotter. Then we've got some allspice going in there. Again, flavor dimensions, layers of flavor. And then we've got 2, not once, but twice the paprika. We've got smoked paprika and normal paprika. And then we've got some, if I can actually manage to get it in, we've got some dried oregano.
Oh, the Americans has another way of saying it.
Oregano.
Oregano. So you keep putting oregano.
Did that quite well. That's for you, sister. Then we're going to add some honey because you need sweet. You need sweet to balance out the salty and
like
the sour.
Sweet peri-peri kind of a vibe.
Okay, we'll try and get as much of that in as well without getting too sticky. And then we're going to add the zest and juice of a lemon. I'm not trying to avoid just the one little pip. There we go. We've done well. That's you. And then I'm just going to do a pinch of salt and pepper to taste. I don't even know if that's in the recipe, but if it's there, I'm going to do it.
We're doing it.
All right, so there we go, gang. We have got the basis for what is, we have proven, the most delicious peri-peri sauce ever in the world. It's an explosion of color. Look at that.
The color is just like vibrant orange.
I'm going to get it to quite a nice fine consistency.
Okay.
Because you obviously want a nice kind of liquid that's going to get into all the little crevices and things like that. And there we have it. Just have a little smell at that. Oh, lovely.
It hits you like that.
It actually gives you a little sweat on your brow. So what I would recommend is, like, separate this, keep half in a little jug.
I was going to say that.
As a sauce, my mouth is watering so much just from smelling it. But you want to use some of it to baste, but you don't want to contaminate the rest of it with the basting brush that you're using on the chicken.
Okay.
Baste it as often as you possibly can. You want a nice, beautiful crust on the outside. You can even finish it off with a little bit of kind of chili on the side. But this is how you make a peri-peri spatchcock chicken. In fact, let's take another look right now.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Summer is coming, and with it comes friends, family, and braais. Why not try this delicious Clover Classic peri-peri spatchcock chicken at your next gathering? To get started, add 2 cups of Clover Classic plain to a whole spatchcock chicken and spread it all over before adding salt and pepper to taste. For the peri-peri sauce, add a roasted red onion to a blender, followed by a roasted bulb of garlic, 2 roasted red peppers, and a tablespoon of grated ginger. Then blend to form a paste. Next, for some heat, add 10 red chilies, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of regular paprika, a tablespoon of dried oregano, a teaspoon of allspice, the juice and zest of 1 lemon, the juice and zest of 1 orange, 50 ml of apple cider vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of honey. Blend until smooth and spread over the chicken. Braai over moderate coals for 45 minutes, basting as you go. Juicy, delicious, and packed with heat, this peri-peri spatchcock chicken will be a surefire hit at your next braai.
Made with love by Clover.
Drum roll, please. Ta-da! There it is. The key word is Clover to 33728, and you can yourself, your very own self, can be creating this beautiful peri-peri chicken, courtesy of our Clover Classic. You did tenderizing, well done, buddy. And then, of course, we heated it up, spiced it up with a beautiful peri-peri sauce. And again, don't forget, keep some of that, right at the beginning, keep some of that beautiful peri-peri sauce aside, so you can dip and drizzle and, oh man, and then use the rest to baste your beautiful chicken, and there it is. Nice, huh? Nice. Braai sorted.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
I'm a Venus.
All right, cool.
One, two. 1, 2.
Still off. Kwande still off too. Huh? 1, 2. Please push Kwande up. Okay, now it wasn't on. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Do 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 ba 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 do.
With your daily dose of Expresso, we sound something like this. 1, 2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, yeah, lovelies. Welcome to what has been the most amazing kickstart to a brand new week. We have beaten back those Monday blues, eh?
Yes.
Monday blues for what? For what? Princess, please, one more coffee. You are a big part of why I have no Monday blues this morning. Maybe nice flat white. Or should I have a shot?
Yes.
I'm going to have a shot right now because it's that kind of Monday. But we've got a performance coming your way from Just 6 in just a moment. You want to stick around for that? Let's get back into our news headlines.
Thank you so much to the boys for letting us know what's happening. But of course, let's take a look at what's happening in your national news, starting off with President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday reiterated the call for stiff penalties against perpetrators of gender-based violence and said once they are found guilty, must see the rest of the days imprisoned. Halala, President Cyril Ramaphosa. And then the Minister of Home Affairs yesterday said South Africa had spent some $5 billion over the past 5 years to deport undocumented foreign nationals who live in the country illegally. And it also spent over $8 billion to maintain ports of entry at various border posts. And that's where we leave our national news. Let's take a look at our international news. Now, the Electoral Commission of Namibia has announced that Dr. Hage Geingob has won Namibia's presidential election. Now, Namibia's first woman to run for president, Esther Munjangu, received less than 2% of the vote. And on the other side of the world, people in China are now required to have their faces scanned when registering new mobile phone services, as the authorities seek to verify the identities of the country's hundreds of millions of internet users. The regulation came into effect yesterday. And then finally, a pair of boots worn by Napoleon Bonaparte during his final exile on St. Helena sold in Paris on Friday, wait for it, for $128,000, more than twice the initial estimate. Now, the size 7 boots were saved for posterity by General Henry Gatton Bertrand, who had followed the French leader into exile on the far-flung South Atlantic island after his defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Now, Napoleon had a large collection of footwear which he bought from a well-known Paris shoemaker, although British propagandists often characterized the Corsican as an authoritarian midget at 1.69 meters or 5'2" for some. He was actually somewhat taller. Now, St. Helena is a beautiful island still under UK rule, with recently introduced regular flights from Johannesburg to Jamestown, some 3.6 thousand kilometers apart. And that's where we leave your news for 7:30. We'll take a much more extensive look at 8 o'clock. Let's take a look at the sports with Graham.
Kick it off with netball. The South African national netball team recorded a 54-48 win over England in the final game of the Test series in Cape Town. But it was England who walked away as the overall winners, clinching the series 2-1. On to cricket. Yesterday's Mzansi Super League fixtures saw both Western Province sides recording wins. Paul Rocks beating the Jozi Stars by 5 wickets to secure top spot on the standings, and Cape Town Blitz claiming a 15-run win over the Tshwane Spartans. Then on to football. The weekend's PSL action was headlined by SuperSport United moving up to second spot on the standings now. That was after playing to a 1-1 draw against Stellenbosch FC at the Lucas Moripe Stadium on Saturday. And staying with football, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool have moved 11 points clear of defending champions Man City on the Premier League standings. That was after this weekend's results. Liverpool beating Brighton 2-1, while City were held to a 2-2 draw against Newcastle. And finally, in motorsport, Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton finished the 2019 season with a win in Abu Dhabi ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll expand on those headlines in a half hour.
It's the 2nd of December. We are officially entering the festive season, so we need to enter it with caution, knowing exactly what's happening on the roads this morning. In KwaZulu-Natal, Ladysmith, there is a tanker fire on the N3 northbound before Van Rienen's Pass. Heavy delays can be expected between Tugela Plaza and the Pass. Please avoid the area and use an alternative route. In the Western Cape, Blouberg on Gee Road, there has been an accident before Crossroad involving a bus. Heavy congestion is expected towards Blouberg Road. Please be patient on the roads this morning. Metro Rail, Southern Line, or Simonstown trains will terminate at Fishhook due to coastal conditions and sand damage. Commuters are advised to use an alternative mode of transport between Fishhook and Simonstown this morning. That's your 7:30 traffic roundup. Let's have a look at how it is outside.
Thank you very much, Kuhle. Now, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures, and you have. Thank you, Gary Oakham, for sending in this grey skyline from Kids Beach Art in East London, where partly sunny conditions can be expected with a strong northeasterly wind and a bit of rain in the evening, reaching a max of 28 degrees. Verity Herbert also sent us this beautiful sunrise from Riebeck West, where partly sunny conditions are expected with a passing evening shower or two, reaching a hot maximum of 30 degrees. Thank you so much for those pictures. You still have a chance to get yours through to to us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, with the hashtag Expresso Show. And now we take a look at the temperatures across the country, starting off in sunny Polokwane today, 18, that's your low, reaching a high of 32. And if you're out in Mbombela, expect plenty of sunshine today, 18, that's your low, reaching highs of 35. Pretoria, the capital city, 20, that's where you start off, peaking at 33, with Johannesburg starting off at a low of 18, reaching a maximum of 31 degrees. It's a clear skies day out in Mahikeng today, sunny, 21, reaching a high of 36, with a bit of sun and clouds out in Klerksdorp, 19, reaching a maximum of 36 degrees. Kimberley, you've got that northwesterly wind. It's going at 33 kilometers per hour. Your low today, 20, reaching a high of 38, with sunny times out in Bloemfontein, 18, that's your low, reaching a high of 36. Richards Bay, high humidity for you, 23, reaching a high of 35, with Peter Maritzburg starting off at 21, reaching a max of 33. If you're out in South Africa's playground, Durban, high humidity once again today, 23, reaching a high of 27. Mthatha, 18 and 33, with a northeasterly wind going at 33 kilometers per hour. That's for East London, 19, peaking at 28. Craddock, that's the highest temperatures in the country, 14, reaching a high of 40. And if you're out in PE, Port Elizabeth, that is, an easterly wind is expected going at 28 kilometers per hour for you. 17, that's your low, reaching a high of 27. George, 14 and 26, with the lowest temperatures in the country, 6 and 26, that's for Sutherland. Cape Town, 13, reaching a high of 23. Worcester, 11, that's your low, reaching a high of 29. Sun and clouds out in Springbok today, 9, reaching a maximum of 26. And lastly, Uppington, 16, peaking at a hot maximum of 38 degrees. No matter what the weather's looking like, it's going to be a feel-good type of day.
Absolutely a feel-good type of day. Listen, man, it is December. I'm celebrating the festive season, and to usher us into this incredible festive season, we have not 5, but just 6 incredible voices in the studio this morning. They've performed with amazing artists, including Uloyiso Bala and Usimpiwe Dana. Today, you're performing a Swahili song, I believe.
The title of the song is in Swahili, and it's called Penye Nia Pananjia, which means where there is a will, there is a way.
Oh,
it's an African proverb.
I love it. Let me give you the way to do what you do best.
Thank you so much.
There is a way that seems right to a man, and your will is how you get there. It's impossible. I say you've got to be invincible. So stand up and make your dreams come true. Even if it's high to get over, too low to get under. Where there's a will, there will be a way. Oh, la fitemba, pananjia, twarele la wena, wanesu, kenesela wipe the sadness off your face. Place your life back together again. You know a victory won is better than one given. Drops in the sea are what your dreams may be. Drop by drop, they will become an ocean tide. Even if it's hard to get over, too low to get under. Where there's a will, there will be a way. pumele, suare la buena, condere la buena, pumele la buena, uso pumele, suare la buena, condere la buena, pumele la buena, uso pumele, suare la condere la buena, pumele,
What? And we get to experience all of that live. This is Justix. That was so refined, so soothing. Thank you so much for your talent, everybody. And I'm so excited that they are still here to take the stage a little later on. But for now, let's take a quick breather.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Let's turn our attention to motorsport. Yesterday, the 2019 Formula One season, and what a season it's been. It came to an end at the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. Was the world champion Lewis Hamilton, who took yet another checkered flag in his Mercedes ahead of Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, the wunderkind of this year's season, undoubtedly here to recap the race and take a little bit of a look at 2020. It's our biggest petrol head ever. Charlin Raymond, welcome back,
Thanks,
buddy.
Graham.
You are. You're the guy, man. You're the guy. A motoring journalist who I would imagine has reveled in what has been a scintillating, maybe not the last race, but this whole season has been fantastic for Formula One. They really have leveled up. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at this race, in particular our champion who's coming pretty close to Michael Schumacher's records on a number of different levels. Lewis Hamilton, sublime again yesterday.
Graham, I'm not Hamilton's biggest fan, but I can recognize class where there is class.
Recognize, we say.
Okay, recognize. The way he drove yesterday, from the moment the lights went out, he just kept going, and he won by more than 17 seconds. He was dominating the race. He gave the pace, and nobody could touch him. And I think the moment he secured pole position on Saturday, we just knew Hamilton was going to win. And when it was when he took the checkered flag, it was the Mercedes again won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix every year since 2014, and it was just a continuation yesterday as well.
Speaking of continuation, does this set the tone for 2020? Set the tone rather for 2020? We're going to be back into it with all of the teams have been locked down now. It's getting really exciting. We know that a couple of teams have been far off the pace this year. Do you see him carrying this momentum into next year? Is he going to break all of Michael Schumacher's records next year?
I think it's safe to say that Hamilton and Mercedes will again be the team and driver combination to beat next year. However, it's a bit too early to tell because, like we saw earlier this year, before the start of the season, Ferrari came with a very strong package. It might be the case again next year, but we can't definitely say that Ferrari will be the team to give Mercedes a run for their money. But Hamilton and Mercedes are the duo to beat, in my opinion.
I mean, when you look at Ferrari's situation, they seem to be consistently the fastest through qualifying. In practice, they just need to convert that. Why are they not converting? Why couldn't they convert yesterday? Leclerc obviously up on the podium, but we've mentioned Leclerc far more than Vettel this year. Has that been the issue?
I think it's part of the issue at Ferrari. They've, throughout the last couple of years, maybe the last decade, they've inflicted so much pressure on themselves that they can't really get rid of it. So now the pressure has mounted so much and so far that they are now every race facing some kind of an issue, and that translates into poor performances on track.
Daniel Ricciardo, I don't think I've said his name once this whole year. What happened?
What a sad situation. He left Red Bull because Red Bull was favouring Max Verstappen. He went to Renault in the hopes of he will get to a team where he can stamp his authority on the team and make an impact and cement himself there. But it just didn't happen. Renault was a midfield team. They were constantly outside of the top 10. Daniel Ricciardo deserves actually to be in a team like Ferrari or Mercedes. Unfortunately, the sport can't be kind to every driver. Unfortunately.
Very quickly, what are you most excited about moving into 2020? What does F1 hold for us?
Yes, okay. I think what we can look forward to in 2020 is whether or not Hamilton will beat Michael Schumacher's or equal Schumacher's 7 world titles and his 9-1 race victories. Next, we can look forward to whether or not Ferrari will actually support Leclerc instead of Vettel, because Leclerc is the more consistent driver. And then lastly, the big thing, will Hamilton sign with Ferrari for the 2021 season onwards? That's a big one.
That would be a massive shock, but he's got 84 wins in the bag, just 7 behind Michael Schumacher's record. I have a feeling after his 11 wins this season, he's going to do it. He's going to absolutely do it. It's been an absolute pleasure connecting with you over the season, my friend. All the best for the festive season. Enjoy your little breather. Thank you so much. You stay safe as well. And you can let us know how you have thought about what has been a very dramatic and really interesting one for the books, in fact, Formula One season.
Ooh, I am in heaven because it's Kota Day here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But you're probably sitting at home and wondering, if you don't know, what exactly is a kota? Well, the Oxford English Dictionary, they define it as an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with a filling between them. But that does not do justice to this absolutely South African meal that is so distinctive in genre of street sandwiches. And it's basically hollowed out bread or loaf that serves as a portable, edible container for everything and anything. And you're going to see us assemble this from start. Now, the Sasco Mzansi bread search is now on, and it's time, to settle the score, as they want you at home to tell us where you get the best kota from for a chance to win limited edition Mzansi bread streetwear, which is absolutely stylish and it's fantastic. But all you do have to do is SMS the keyword Mzansi bread to 40183. That's Mzansi bread to 40183 to vote for your favorite spot to enter.
So ikota on the Oxford Dictionary, is it quarter or like ikota?
Well, that's the thing. It's all in the pronunciation. Ikota. This is not a quarter. I mean, it is, yes, made out of a quarter of a loaf of bread, but ikota lenta. And it's such a popular street township thing to have, especially in Johannesburg. So those Gauteng regions, it's very popular. The kota is to people in Gauteng and Johannesburg what the Gatsby is to the people of the Western Cape.
Yes,
and what the Balichau is to the people out in KZN as well. So I'm going to take you through how to make a kota. Usually you wouldn't make your own kota at home. No. That's not how it operates. But if you had to absolutely do it, this is what you would do. I've got some mayo on here.
Okay.
So what you do is you mix some mayo with some chili sauce, okay?
Ooh.
So, mixing it all together. You want to get
butter it first, or it doesn't make like that also?
Butter for what, my
I'm
love?
so sorry, Ndase.
No, don't mess it up.
Don't mess it
Don't mess it up. So you get that mayo and that chili sauce in there just for nice tangy zest.
But Ndase, why ikota on a Monday? Let me ask you that.
The thing is, kota is one of those. It's so popular that people have it on any day and any occasion. So it's not about it's not a weekend indulgence. It's an everyday thing. Abantwana besikolo, they literally go and buy kotas for their lunch break. So of course, you want to make sure that it's not too full of sauce.
Yeah, because it's going to be soggy.
Yes, you don't want that to happen, but you do at the same time want to make sure that it's got enough so that it's got a nice little texture. Then we've got some chips on there. You would get your slap chips nicely in there. A gota is all about being messy. If you are trying to be neat about a gota, I feel like the experience of eating it is also not going to be the same. So you want to be messy. It's all about stuffing all of these goods in there. So your slap chips are in there. Once you've got your slap chips in, you've got some French polony on there. Polony mtase.
Where's your favorite place to grab a gota when you're in Joburg?
Oh, there are lots. There are lots of them, and to try and find one is such a difficult thing. But when I lived in Joburg, and every now and again when I do visit Joburg, I try and stop by Mbopa. Lions Cafe, Mbopa's Lions Cafe. It's on 3rd Avenue out in Alexandra. Tell them I sent you. Go buy gota there.
Uncle Tabsy to get this gota.
Yeah, no, they do so well. In fact, they did a Sasko competition last year, which they won.
Really?
They won it.
Look at that.
They are very, very popular.
And you know what? I love how Sasko supports local entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They're all about catapulting people's careers, you know, all the way to the next level. So I like that about
After the French polony, I've thrown on there some fried Russian. It's amazing. So you can choose between Russians and Viennas. It's really up to what you want to have. But of course, you're going to let us know what your favorite gota vendor is, and the winning vendor will receive 50,000 Rand in marketing support, as Sasko believes that it's absolutely important to support local businesses. And of course, Sasko is a brand that really does care about the community. And then once you've done all of that, you've got your acha. For me, I say that a gota without acha
is not a gota.
It's not a gota. And I can see the face of yours changing.
I'm not an acha chick. I think the acha is more Joburgy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the first time I encountered the acha.
And are we turned? Don't you like it?
Not in PE, not in Cape Town.
Really?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just like a... It's a preference. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, so like...
So once you've got that on there, you throw on a slice of cheese. And sometimes you can ask for extra cheese and put it on there. But just in case you missed any of the steps involved in putting together the ultimate gota, take a look at this.
Sasko, baking together since 1930.
South Africa is a country full of heritage, and it comes with its own flavors and meals. One of the most popular and loved has to be the gota, one of South Africa's distinctive genre of street sandwiches in which a hollowed-out loaf of Sasko unsliced white bread serves as a portable, edible container for everything and anything. To get started with your Sasko gota, cut your Sasko unsliced white bread into quarters and hollow out with a knife to make a hole in each quarter of your loaf. Make sure not to waste anything and keep the cutout sections of your Sasko unsliced white bread for serving. Combine 2 tablespoons of chili sauce and 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise in a small bowl. Then spread half of the mayonnaise mixture on the inside of your Sasko unsliced white bread quarter. It's now time to add 1 cup of slap chips, 2 slices of cheddar cheese, 2 slices of polony, and 1 Russian sausage sliced. Finish off your gota with some acha and a drizzling of the mayonnaise mixture before serving and chowing down. Are you a fan of the gota but don't know where to grab one in town? Worry no more with this delicious Sasko gota recipe. You'll be making them at home regularly.
And there we go. If you're a fan of the gota, if you're a fan of the gota, that's it. Find out. Go out there. Make it your mission to go and find out where the best place to get a gota is. But the Sasko Mzansi Bread Search, it is on its back. It's a big competition. They really do want you to tell us where you get the best gota from. And you stand a chance, like I said earlier on, to win limited edition Mzansi Bread streetwear, which is so stylish. What you need to do is SMS us. SMS Mzansi Bread to 40183. That's Mzansi Bread to 40183 to vote for your favorite spot. And you know what this time is, right?
Oh, it's about that time to just indulge.
Tata. This is exactly how you share a gota.
And this is how, it's messed up, but it's fine.
And then
that's
what do you
the whole point.
Once you've got it?
Faka.
Sauce. Chop. Chop.
Uzi.
See you after
this. Sasko, baking together since 1930.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily goodness. Now also available in long life.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we take to the water. Water polo, undoubtedly a sport that combines both strength and speed, yes, and of course ridiculous levels of fitness as well. And this past weekend, some of the best water polo players at university level, they were at the Stellenbosch University pools for the USSA water polo tournament. Here to tell us a little bit more about the tournament and I think bring us up to speed with water polo in the country at that level. Please welcome Marty's ladies coach Ryan Vederman, UCT captain and SA player Nicola McLeod, and UCT ladies coach Western Crew. Guys, welcome to it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. I was joking saying that you guys should be enemies because I know there's this very proud rivalry, but you guys have obviously spent a lot of time around pools with each other, so thanks for setting rivalries aside after a busy weekend. Maybe, Weston, I can start with you. What went down this weekend? Who were the big winners? What was the tournament like?
Firstly, thank you to Marty's for hosting USSA this year. It was an awesome tournament. Overall, on the ladies and men's side, it was a toss-up between UCT and Marty's, both in the final. And both were won by 1 goal by Marty's, so congrats to them. So tough one all around for UCT, but overall, great competition, great final.
And that's what you want. You want it to go down to the wire. You want these kind of rivalries. And am I right in assuming this? Maybe, Nicola, you can answer this, that like so many of our national sports, varsity is where it really kicks in for that next level. This is where you want to be identified. I'm sure you get identified at school level already, but how important is it to play well through varsity? And when did you feel like, okay, I'm on my way to my national colours? When did that come about for you?
Well, it's nice with water polo. We have a lot of junior national teams as well. So right throughout school, you can also start playing, getting your name out there.
When did you get your colours?
I only played under 18 for the first time and then got my senior national colours in 2018, so last year. So it's all relatively new for me. But yeah, no, I think playing at varsity is so important. It's quite cool. You have that bridge, between school and then playing senior.
You've got to do it yourself. It's not like there's a huge amount of professional support there. Ryan, how difficult is it for your charges to be able to maintain the level of, because it's very physical, very competitive, but you've got a small thing of a varsity degree to get through as well. How do you approach training a squad like that, and how competitive is it at varsity level?
So, university is definitely trying to grow its competitiveness. You would have seen a massive degree in variation from every team that we've played. Also the competitiveness. You could see each team that was in the final was for 4 chuckers, which is essentially 45 minutes of getting up and down the pool with great intensity. So I think everyone's taken it upon themselves to improve themselves in whichever way their dynamic can handle it. Obviously, trying to take on the academic pressure as well is difficult, but I think as coaches, we've got to give our players a little bit of leeway. If they do miss a session here or there, they go on their own terms and try to catch up what we had done at a training session. So academics is also a big priority, but we've got to make sure that we allow everyone to grow and flourish in that program.
We want the best national water polo side that we can get. What do we have to do to get to that point? Is it a schools thing? Is it a varsity thing? Is it a national thing? Weston, how do you feel?
So I think it's just managing all of them together. You've got a brilliant school system, great tournaments, competitive all round, and then merging that into what happens after school. So it's not just university. There's only a finite amount of universities that will play water polo, so it's your club system, and combining that to a great league outside of school and something that the kids can look up to. I mean, they used to be in competitive South African sports, you know, throughout. There's rivalries between schools, whether it's rugby, whether it's water polo, it's massive. Bring that up, follow it through into varsity polo or club polo, and there we go.
Nicola, very quickly, a message. If you were to speak to a young Nicola right now, I've been doing this with all the awesome sportsmen I have on the show lately. If you could speak to a young Nicola or any young woman wanting to get into water polo, what would you say?
I don't know, essentially just keep going. This sport is tough, it's hard. You don't often get recognition, it's difficult. And I think there were a lot of times when I was younger and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can keep going.
The training is so intense.
Yeah, you know, and you know, especially as like a young girl, you know, for example, you miss a penalty and it's like your world has ended, you know? So just keep going, keep pushing, keep training. It's amazing when you fit how lovely it is to play. So you just got to push through. When you're unfit, it's horrible, but it'll be okay.
It'll find you out pretty quickly. Thank you so much, guys. Well done again on a fantastic tournament. Bragging rights belong to Marty's for now. Home ground advantage. But we desperately need to support university-level sports because that's where our stars, our national stars, are being discovered. So think about that. And don't forget about your studies as well. Just as important.
Thank you very much, Graham. Let's take a final look at your news headlines. At least 24 Tunisians were killed and 18 more injured yesterday when a bus crashed through an iron barrier and plunged off a cliff into a ravine in the country's north, officials said. The bus had set off from Tunis to the picturesque mountain of Ain Draham, a popular autumn destination for Tunisians near the Algerian border. President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday reiterated the call for stiff penalties against perpetrators of gender-based violence and said once they are found guilty, must see to the rest of their days in prison. He pledged support and to support the family of murdered Limpopo student Precious Ramabulana and to start a foundation to address violence in the country. The 21-year-old Ramabulana was stabbed more than 50 times in her room outside the Capricorn College campus in Mokomene last week. President Cyril Ramaphosa called for an end to violence against women and children. Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi yesterday said South Africa had spent more than 5 billion rand over the past 5 years to deport undocumented foreign nationals who live in the country illegally. It also spent over 8 billion rand to maintain ports of entry at various border posts. The department is currently considering the deployment of additional personnel at border posts as part of the security plan for the festive season. Motsoaledi said focus will be on strengthening the border lines between Limpopo and Zimbabwe, as well as Mpumalanga and KZN, as well as with Mozambique. In international headlines, the Electoral Commission of Namibia has announced that Dr. Geingob has won Namibia's presidential election. However, Geingob's support has dropped drastically to 63% compared to the 87% obtained in 2014. Namibia's first woman to run for president, Esther Mwenjangu, received less than 2% of the vote. The National Assembly numbers see SWAPO as a two-thirds majority with 66%. SWAPO has been the ruling party, winning with outright majorities since the country's independence back in 1990. People in China are now required to have their faces scanned when registering new mobile phone services, as the authorities seek to verify the identities of the country's hundreds of millions of internet users. The regulation came into effect yesterday. The government says that it wishes to protect the legitimate rights and interests of citizens in cyberspace. China already uses facial recognition technology to survey its population. It is a world leader in such technologies, but their intensifying use across the country in recent years has sparked debate. And And finally, well-known KwaZulu-Natal conservationist Shakila Antrobus has just been accepted as a fellow of the prestigious Royal Geographical Society, the professional body that supports related fields of interest across the globe. Antrobus, the founder of conservation organization Project Rhino, is one of the integral members of the Kingsley Holgate Foundation expedition team, which specializes in raising awareness about Africa's endangered wildlife. The South African-based foundation now boasts 4 fellows of the Royal Geographical Society, including Ross Holgate, who heads up the foundation, Mike Nixon, the celebrated mountain biker who cycles the expeditions, and the legendary adventurer and humanitarian himself, Kingsley Holgate. Intrinsically embedded into all their expeditions is communicating the urgent need to conserve Africa's wildlife, in particular the rhino. And that's where we leave it for this morning. Here's Graham with a final look at your sports.
Thanks so much, Tabiso. Let's expand on those major headlines this morning. In netball, the South African national side recorded a 54-48 win over England. That was in the final game of their test series in Cape Town. But it was England who walked away as the overall winners, clinching the series 2-1. So the Roses won the first test on Friday and the second on Saturday. The Proteas clawed back yesterday to win that final test, with goalkeeper Phumza Maweni starring on the day in the match, forcing 27 turnovers. Then on to cricket. Yesterday's Mzansi Super League fixtures saw both Western Province sides recording wins. Paul Rocks beat Jozi Stars by 5 wickets to secure the top spot on the standings. Now, while Cape Town Blitz claimed a 15-run win over the Tshwane Spartans. Protea star Dale Steyn took an incredible 3 for 10 runs in 4 overs, as the Spartans could only manage 142 for 7. That was in pursuit of 158 for victory. So Blitz is currently 4th on the standings, behind the Spartans in 3rd, but with a lot of points on offer in the final 3 games. That could change quite dramatically. That's before the playoffs, at least. Then on to football. The weekend's PSL action was headlined by SuperSport United moving up to 2nd on the standings after playing out to a 1-1 draw against Stellenbosch FC at the Lucas Moripe Stadium on Saturday. Masatsantsa now sits behind log leaders Kaizer Chiefs, while Stellenbosch remain 14th on the log. Some other results from the weekend saw Cape Town City and Highlands Park play out to a goalless draw. Bloem Celtic beat Polokwane City 1-0. Black Leopards registered a 2-1 win over Golden Arrows. And staying with the beautiful game, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool have now moved 11 points clear of defending champions Man City on the Premier League standings after this weekend's results. Both the Reds and the Sky Blues were in action on Saturday, with Liverpool claiming a 2-1 win over Brighton and City registering a 2-2 draw against Newcastle United. So there are still 24 games left in the league, and City manager Pep Guardiola said his team will fight until the last day. And then, speaking of last days, of course, in motorsport, Formula One, champion Lewis Hamilton finished the 2019 season with a win and emphatic victory in Abu Dhabi ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. So Hamilton dominated both the qualifying sessions and the main race, winning from pole position. The Mercedes driver sealed his 6th world title with 2nd place in the United States last month. And of course, this wraps up what has been a scintillating Formula One season. And our sport for today, and my job for today, I'm off to go be Father Christmas in my son's fresh nativity. So wish me luck. Ho, ho, ho. I will see you again tomorrow.
The sexiest Father Christmas indeed. Thank you so much, Graham. Let's take a final look at what's happening on the road, starting off in Gauteng Midrand. On the N1 northbound, there has been an accident after Olifantsfontein Road, obstructing 2 lanes rather. Please approach with caution. And in the Western Cape, Pelican Park, there has been an accident on Strandfontein Road before Pelican Heights. The road is closed between Spine and Peacock Road to stop and go in place in the direction of Grossie Park. And then finally, on the Metro Rail Cape Flats line, there is an extended travel time of about 15 to 20 minutes on the Cape Flats line due to current infrastructure conditions and sets out of service. That was a final look at what's happening on the roads. Let's take a final look at what's happening in the weather. It is the 2nd of December, which means that we're kicking off December. It is festive season, and of course this morning we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. So thank you so much to Autumn Raven George, a beautiful name, for your sunrise picture from Constantia in Cape Town, and then Melanin Canyeto for your sunrise from Johannesburg, and then Louis Cherry for your sunrise from Blue Hills in Midrand, and then JP Malherbe for your sunrise from Robertson, as well as our favorite Gary Outcome for your grey skyline from Kids Beach in East London, and then lastly Verity Herbert for your sunrise from Rubik West. Let's take a look at the rest of the country, starting off in Polokwane with a low of 18 and 32 lots of sunshine can be expected for you guys, and then of course plenty of sunshine expected for Umbombela with a low of 18 and a high of 35. For you Pretoria, it's ranging from 20 to 33 degrees, Johannesburg 18, 31, and then clear blue skies for Mahikeng ranging from 21 to 36 degrees. Klerksdorp 19, 36, and a northwesterly wind of 33 kilometers per hour can be expected for Kimberley with a low of 20 and a high of 38. For you Bloemfontein, it's 18, 36, and if you are in the Richards Bay area, high humidity can be expected ranging from 23 to 35 degrees. For Pietermaritzburg, it's 21, 33, and high humidity is also expected for Durban with a low of 23 and a high of 27. Mthatha 18, 33, and a northeasterly wind of 33 kilometers per hour expected for East London ranging from 19 to 28 degrees. Now the highest temperature in the country can be found in Cradock ranging from 14 to a high of 40, so make sure to stay hydrated all day long. Easterly wind of 28 kilometers per hour for the friendly city of Port Elizabeth ranging from 17 to 27 degrees. For you George, it's 14, 26, and the lowest temperature in the country can be found in Sutherland with an all low of 6 and a high of 26. For the mother city, Cape Town 13, 23, Worcester 11, 29, Springbok 9, 26, and then Uppington 16, 38. Wherever you find yourself, whatever the occasion today, make sure that you go out there and make someone smile.
Earlier on, they gave us an incredible performance, and they are still in the house on standby to give us a second performance. Award-winning group who have collaborated with international and local artists. It is Just Six.
Yeah.
I asked to join the group so we can rebrand to Seventh Haven. And you guys don't want me to be a part of your group.
No. We didn't say we don't want, it's just like, like we've just gone into so much with the branding. So I'm just thinking now, like, how are we going to do this thing? Like,
you can just Photoshop me, guys. Squad goals, come on. But you guys are about to perform your rendition of Upata Pata.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Thank you so much.
Good morning once again, South Africa. We are Just Six, the band with no instruments. And we're giving you your dose of Expresso. Come on, gentlemen, we'll have some fun with this one, yeah? 1, 2. Let's break it down instrumentally, guys. Saxophone lines. That's my brother. Mtana's a hospice, all right? on the trumpet lines. That's Mr. Festive Mavusa, y'all. Show me some love, come on. And on the jazz guitar, that's Smolo Malaza, y'all. Let him know now. Let's shake some Nirvana, y'all. It's about to get lit. On drums, scorer on bass. Oh, we love you so much, man.
Nancy, iyo pata pata, Nancy wema Nancy, iyo pata pata, Nancy wema Nancy, iyo pata pata.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Hey, it's a fishy December and summer is taking full effect across the country. You can feel it everywhere you go, which means that the holiday season is here. Now, the chances of meeting someone interesting while we're on holiday they've totally increased around this time of the year. And the thing is, you know, a lot of people would do and would love the idea of having a little fun with a summer fling. And that's why we're asking this morning, have you ever had a summer fling? The relationship architect, Shelley Lewin, is in the building to help us discuss this hot topic. And we'd love to hear your questions and your comments. So go onto our Facebook page, drop a comment on this post, and we'll engage with you live. Shelley, what a topic, but also perfect timing.
Yes.
Oh, summer flings. First question, have you ever had one?
Oh!
Didn't see that one coming. Okay, I won't ask that question. But Shani, what is it about summer and the holiday season and just being on holiday that makes people, you know, feel free or perhaps pursue the idea of a summer fling?
Well, you know, I think that, first of all, summer brings with it the energy of expansion and growth. And then you add that to holidays, which is all about relaxation and taking your foot off the accelerator. And you have all this freedom and liberation because your time is your own. You're not, you know, you're not meeting deadlines. So all of those conditions are absolutely perfect to do something for new adventures, new possibilities, new experiences.
Yeah, and I suppose that's what the holiday season is about. It just opens people's minds and hearts up to that sort of possibility. But the word fling, you know, it's got an energy to it. It sounds very flirty and playful. Why do flings, for those who've had them, feel so good? And what do they do to the body and the brain?
Well, when we fall in love or in lust with someone, your brain actually gets flooded with neurochemicals called dopamine and oxytocin, and they actually are associated with the pleasure and reward center in your brain. So it's a little bit like the rush that you would feel. You have this high, this rush, similar apparently to when you take drugs. And so what happens is you have this rush and you experience this sense of trust and calm and security, and your body goes into this state of de-stress. You actually don't feel pain when you have this flooding that happens in your brain. So your body, you have this mood of calm and, you know, you're totally chilled and relaxed. So it is very enticing, that feeling. People become addicted to that feeling.
That. I mean, you say enticing, and that's true. But why do people feel so enticed over and above, you know, how their bodies and their brains may feel as a result? Why would, after a long year, why would it be just so enticing to just want to kick back and get into something like that?
Well, I think that often what happens is that by the time the holidays come, you're looking for a new experience. And I think that many people, when they go on holiday, they like to reinvent themselves. They become the person that they wish they were. And actually, it's almost like a chance to have a whole other avatar, and other experience of another life. So you get to experiment and to play and try different things. So I imagine that would be probably one of the reasons.
This is such a hugely interesting topic, but the thing is, a lot of people do find themselves where they haven't got the distraction of family or work, where they actually do step into a summer fling. But of course, summer flings are exclusive to people who aren't already in relationships.
Let's just be clear about that.
Let's just be clear about it. Don't you go out on a holiday now and then say, Shelley and Tabiso and Expresso said, go out and have flings. But it's a hot topic. We want to hear from you. Any of your questions, get them through to us. Summer flings, what do you think of them? We'll discuss a little bit later on, just looking at how flings can turn into a bit of seriousness. And if you find yourself in a place where what was meant to be a fling develops into something else, we'll chat about that a little bit later on.
Oh, summer flings, it's a hot topic.
It's about that time of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
It is festive, it is all about that. But of course, we also want to talk about fashion because, of course, you want to look good this festive season. Our Woolies is dedicated to bringing you the latest trends, and their phenomenal 5 weeks of newness campaign is guaranteed to elevate you just there and into the fashion of Into the New. Now, last week, we saw the floral function of the Femme Utility capsule, and this week, we're going glam with this Universe South Africa, Zozibini Tunzi. Take a look.
When I step out as Miss South Africa, I want the way I look on the outside to reflect the confidence on the inside. It's about how the clothes make you feel. Stepping into the Miss South Africa story, I was determined to represent something more than conventional beauty, embracing myself in my natural form. This is how I wanted people to see me, because beauty isn't meant to be one thing. Glam is a bold lip, a highlight, a great dress. Glamour is more, that extra mile. It is red carpet ready, always. For me, there's nothing to switch on or off. When the crown comes off, I'm still the same Zozi.
Beautiful.
I love
her. No, I know you.
I
absolutely
love her so much. And Miss Universe right now, so good luck, Zosie. I know you're gonna make us proud, man.
Absolutely obsessed with her and obsessed with this new Glamour capsule, which is perfect for raising the bar on style from good to greater on any summer night. Consider details on simple silhouettes with a tasteful touch of shine, make for the kind of glamour that's accessible to anyone, night or day. Now, Hooli's made every piece easy to style and easy to wear, because too often a stylish night out means giving up looking or feeling like yourself.
Absolutely, Jeremy. This is a simple black dress, but it's so glam, but it's one piece. You don't have to do a lot of. And with me, just black denim skirts, but with some glitter on it. So in the collection, you'll find pieces like Norex glitter and embellished slogan tees, a statement glitter one-shoulder dress, a silky black play suit, and embossed printed denims and wide leg trousers. I love this collection.
All of that. And the capsule is also available to shop online from woolworths.co.za right now. So head on over to step into the new. Now, Expresso and Hooli's want you to get ahead of the curve, and our exciting competition will give you the chance to shop the into the new collection. Now, to stand a chance, listen up, to stand a chance to win a 2,000 Rand Woolies voucher, visit the capsule collection on the Woolies website, select your favorite capsule collection items into your cart, and then screenshot your cart, because that's very important. Once you've done that, reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page with your screenshot and tell us why you love your chosen items. I'm sure there's so much to tell us why you love them. Remember to include that all-important hashtag into the new with your answer. The competition closes on Thursday, the 5th of December at midnight. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com. And remember, the sexiest thing to wear is confidence. And I'm sure we're talking confidence, we're talking relationships, we're setting the tune, so much more happening after the break. We'll see you after this.
There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. Buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is, of course, a Monday morning, starting off new, fresh, and of course, it's beginning to look a whole lot like Christmas. And here to add to the festive cheer is my absolute favorite. I love this lady to the core of me, Anel Potgieter. She's going to be making a lekker recipe from the Taste website, a chorizo and barley stuffed chicken. Now, this sausage has a coarse texture, smoky flavor with a spicy bite, because we are doing all things spicy today. A perfect addition to your Christmas table. Now, if you think it sounds delicious, wait until you you taste it. Hello, my liefling.
Hallo jy lyk baie glittery raad vandag. Jy lyk so fabulous.
Listen, I got into so much trouble the last time we cooked together because you taught me how to make a bread. Ons het heel naweek brood geëet. So now I feel like my family's going to eat chicken the whole week.
Oh, at least you're learning, darling. At least you're learning.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
So, take me through it. I am excited for this chicken.
Okay, you can mix the stuff at least with your long nails.
Oh, you saw the people that come for me for my nails. Okay,
so today we're going to do like a Spanish-inspired chicken because normally we put like pork sausage in there, but we're using actually chorizo. Yeah. But first we're going to do. Police has got this ready cooked barley, and if you don't have that, you can use corn, cooked corn. Okay, yeah, just to give it some texture. Yes, yes, and some beans, haricot beans. These are just normal beans. Hulle dis 'n baie fancy naam, haricot.
Haricot?
It is not Harry Potter. No. It's not Harry. It's a haricot.
I love you.
So you just mix behoorlik asseblief nou, Jamie. Jy moet nie staan en maak asof jy nie.
Stir like ek moet
yeah.
all in there. Okay.
And then the chorizo. Chorizo is pork sausage. It's smoked. It's got beautiful paprika in it. So it's going to add delicious flavor to it.
This already is like a base for a salad if you think of it.
I can eat it just like that,
right?
With a bit of salad dressing.
Yes.
And then beautiful parsley, chopped parsley. If you don't have chopped parsley, you can add some coriander, a bit of thyme, whatever you've got in your house. So improvise.
I was just going to ask you, is there a difference between parsley and coriander?
Jamie.
I love you.
Jamie, we're going to have to do something with you. We're going to have a tasting. Can I do a herb tasting with you?
We can do the whole herb
tasting. So just meng goed nou ordentlik. I'm going to season the carving with salt and pepper. And you so big coarse pepper. Always season the carving.
Okay, season the carving.
I'm going to add some like 2 crushed garlics inside as well. Some net so. And this is going to flavor it beautifully from the inside. And now, okay, I will do this now because your nose is too long, ne?
Ooh, and Nell is giving me the vibes today. Okay, and now I see you, Mama.
And then you just
put it in there.
Stuff it in here beautifully. En moenie skaam wees nie want almal soek hierdie stuffing, die hele familie. So just stuff it as much as you can. Kom taamlik styf, né? There we go. And then the other trick is butter. On the outside.
But of course you need to find the best chicken. Yeah. Now, of course, Howards, no animal byproducts. The feed WW give their chicken is specially formulated by animal nutritionists to only contain grains and pulses. Now, no water chilling. Howards also air chills the chicken to maintain the natural juices and flavor and avoid water absorption. So you pay for the chicken and not just the water weight because there's nothing worse than getting so excited to eat the chicken and dan staan niks in it.
Exactly, ek het hierdie lappie vat. Ja, en dan is dit net water. You know, that is a big thing. They do pump in water in some chickens and Woolies doesn't do that. So it's the best chicken to buy.
Absolutely. And it trims off all the excess fat. So you're eating proper good nutrition chicken. So it's going to be lekker for the diet if you are going to be on a diet for December.
Diet is moet jy maar die vel afsny, sister. Skin, and that is the best part, isn't it? It's the skin.
The skin.
Yes. Okay, so and then we're going to take verjuice. Do you know what is verjuice? No. It's not something to drink.
No.
Okay. It's not something. It's not wine either.
It's not,
okay. It's not wine either.
You're going to teach me.
Yes. This is wat noem jy dit? Grapes wat nie ryp is nie, unripened grapes.
Unfermented.
Unripened grape, it's their juice. Okay. The juice of unripened grapes. So we're just going to pour this on the bottom. And if you don't have this, like in your fridge, you probably have got wine, then you add wine. But we're going to add verjuice.
Yes.
And then you bake this at 200 degrees.
200 degrees.
For 45 minutes.
Okay.
Turn it down, 180 minutes, 180 degrees for another half an hour. And
voila. Now, of course, the key word is Howards to 33728. You can make it. I don't have all those ingredients, but I'm going to go out to Howards and get this. So you bake it for how long again?
45 minutes on 200 degrees and then on 180 degrees for 30 minutes.
Ooh.
So less than about an hour and a half. Dan is it klaar.
Voila. Just like that, you can get this. It looks amazing. I kind of also want to carve it, though, because I know...
Do we have time to show people how to carve this?
Is it going to take...
No, it's not going to take long. Let me just remove this. It's be very, very, very easily. Bring the
easy.
Yes, I'm just going to carve the one side because I know you don't know how to carve this.
I didn't know how to make a bread until last week, so now the fact...
So you just loosen it up there and then this breaks off, and there it is. That's the one side. And then your wing, you just cut it loose like that, break it off. There's your wing. And then you go right down here for your breast. Once again, break it off like that. And then I like to carve it into beautiful slices for your platter.
As well.
Yeah. And then you can also slice your wing if you want to into smaller pieces. And then you can also loosen the thigh from the drumstick. Oh, daar kom die been sommer uit. Ons debone hom sommer.
Yeah, debone it.
That's right. So that is basically half of it. And then the stuffing.
The stuffing, that's the most important part because it has all that flavors. Ladies and gentlemen, Anal Potgieter, the god of the goddess of the kitchen. And she showed us how to make this beautiful kitchen, the beautiful chicken for Christmas.
This is delicious.
Absolutely delicious, you guys. But you're probably wondering what's this next to me over here. Well, this is our Dion Wyatt Advent calendar that is filled with the ultimate best in tech. And for the next 15 days, you stand the chance of winning one of 15 prizes every single day. Behind each one of these numbers is a prize that could be yours. But what you need to do is SMS the keyword Dion Wyatt, your name and your email address to 33728 to stand a chance of winning. Every single day, we'll draw a winner and call you live on air to pick a number 1 to 15 of your choice. Now, you're probably wondering what the type of prizes are that we've got hidden behind these numbers. No particular order, but just to get you excited and get your appetite going, we've got stuff like PlayStation 4, a JBL party box speaker, a Dyson V7 cordless vacuum valued at 7,599 Rand, a Samsung A30s dual SIM smartphone. I could go on and so much more, but it is really the best in tech. But what you do need to do is SMS and cross your lucky fingers that we do give you a call live on air to play this game. Remember that each SMS will cost you R1.50. Free SMSs do not apply, but if you want to find those terms and conditions, go and get them on expressoshow.com. Okay, so I think that the Samsung phone is probably between 7 and 10. I don't know. SMS your name and your email address. Of course, start that SMS off by saying Dion Wyatt to 33728, and who knows, we might be calling you live on air.
Can I help you guys?
I'll take it. Dion Wyatt, where humans go for technology.
I say number 2 because it's the 2nd of December.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say
I choose number 2.
I say number 11. I don't know because 11 is my favorite number. What is your favorite number?
14.
14.
Yes.
14. Okay, Mama. Also, this morning we've been chatting about Isidingo. It's coming to an end, sadly, after 21 years. Mama, who has been your favorite character on Isidingo?
Papa G.
Papa G. What do you like about Papa G?
Oh, he's so funny.
He's so funny. He is very funny. Also, we're speaking about relationship topics. Listen, are you good for a summer fling, Yana, or no? You got a man.
You have
You got a man's man.
Oh, no, not really.
You don't have a man.
I do.
You do have a man. Oh, says Princess got some man for the So listen, I need a young coffee, Nana. I know it's the last stretch of the show, so
Also,
some
just
coffee.
something fresh. Sissy, what can we eat? Like a croissant?
Croissant, yeah.
Can we please have that? When I told me it's December time and we know that you are single, are you flinging? Ready to mingle?
I'm waiting for more advice on it, so I'm very excited for the next part of how we can just get into the summer loving. So that's going to be coming up just after the break. We'll see you after this.
A taste loved by those who have tried it. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Tuesday evening at 7:30 on The Tastemaster. Our remaining contestants discover a surprise challenge.
It's a very tough challenge, and we have very high expectation.
It's anyone's game.
If there was any time to bring my A game, it's now.
I think people are a bit worried. All right, now I'm just keeping my head down.
I am nervous.
Is it me?
To-do.
Watch me.
That's The Tastemaster, Tuesday evening at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours. Own it.
It's my ear.
Welcome back to it. Your favorite breakfast show to wake up to, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso Morning Show on SABC3. It's Monday, so we're talking relationships. Today, the relationship architect, Shelley Lewin, is in the house, on the hot seat, to help us discuss and unpack the ins and outs of summer flings and holiday romances. And we'd love to hear your questions and comments. So on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, do drop some of those. We'll engage with you live on air. In fact, we've received some. We've got one from Dion Kamogelo Malepe, who says, "Morning Expresso, lol. What an amazing topic." And it always starts with a lol. What an amazing topic. The stage I'm at now, I find summer flings quite fascinating. It works well for people like me who are still trying to find themselves and to live a little, as long as you can bump into it in the name of fun and without catching feelings. However, it turns out it won't hurt. It's a topic to discuss indeed. That's one. Humphrey Tutekana says, what you do if it's meant to be a summer fling, but then you end up catching feelings? That's a question. What do you do? Catherine Dladla says, what are the signals that it's not a fling anymore, that it's changed, it's elevated to something else? How would you know how far it's gone and if it's gone far indeed? So, I mean, these are some really important questions to ask about summer flings. Shelley?
So where would you like to start?
Let's start where, how do you know if it's no longer a fling?
Okay, so, well, you know, that's quite tricky because you have all these neurochemicals, which we spoke about earlier. So, so you're already feeling very connected and excited by the person.
Yeah.
So I would say what you want to do is to figure out that you want to start talking about home, back home, and life, real life, and see whether that person expresses an interest in that. So, you know, are they interested in who the real version of you is and not the holiday version of you? And then if you want to try and arrange to meet them, first you also want to double check them on social media, that who they say they are, the person that you're meeting. So as many different platforms as possible is a good way to evaluate whether the person is who they say they are. And if that all checks out, then you can see, do they have eagerness and enthusiasm to meet you back home? And if there's urgency for them and they're keen and they want to meet you, then maybe make a plan, but be cautious as you would with any stranger, you know, in a public area, in any other setting. And then when you do meet the person, you've got to then start to figure out whether there's a compatibility. So, you know, whether you meet the person on the bus, on the beach, on holiday, wherever it is, there's a process to figuring out whether this person is a good match for me. Are we aligned? And I would say that you do that through having conversations, spending quality time together, getting to know the person in real life, and their you know, compatibility is really about, am I going to be a good fit for you? Based on what excites you, how you spend your time, who the people are in your life, how you spend your money, how you use your energy, all of those.
I mean, I was listening in the conversation early on, so I decided to join because I'm single and ready to mingle. I just want to know the T's and C's of summer flings. Like, why is it a good idea not to prolong the romance?
Well, you know, the premise of, if you think of the summer fling, it tells you it's temporary, it's recreational, it's casual. So if you go into it with a long-term mindset, like a committed mindset, someone's going to be disappointed. You know? So I think that as long as you have two people with very different expectations, and for many people, the expectation of holiday romance is that it's going to be casual. So you've got to be careful that you don't assume that even if you're feeling these overwhelming feelings, that the other person isn't. And you can still have overwhelming feelings and it be casual. It's just intense and short term.
And it's about making sure that those kind of conversations are sort of clear for everyone, that we understand this without going all heavy and hectic on it.
Yes, I would be very wary if someone starts to do oversharing, like declarations of love, and you've known them, then I would say you're stepping into dangerous territory.
Okay, so of course, you have to be safe. We have to keep safe all the time. So for example, it's become quite common for tourists to fall prey to scams of people acting or presenting themselves as people to have.
They have shows about that, you know.
There's actual shows.
So
what must people look at?
So I would say that the whole idea is that people are targeted to be, they're primed and seduced and romanced, and then suddenly I love you and I can't live without you, and I've never felt this way about anybody before, and you're so special, and people want to feel that.
Yeah.
They want to believe in the Hollywood story and that love at first sight. And so then they get lured in, and slowly they get lured into sharing their personal, private information, possibly handing money over for something, or, you know, I mean, the moment that, and I love you so much, but I can't visit you because my mother's sick and dying. If you would help me get to you and give me the money. So I would say you've really got to be cautious in that way, because there really are a lot of unethical people who make a living out of targeting and scamming. Scamming tourists.
Yeah, this is what
people on holiday.
Scammed by romance.
Yes.
Scammed by the idea of romance. This is such a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much, Shelley. I mean, we could go on and on about it. But of course, we know that the holiday season is the perfect time to kick back and relax. If you are single and you really do want to feel the feel good that does come sometimes with these summer flings, go out there and explore it. And of course, you have to be safe at all times. Protect your mind, but protect the physical as well. And it's something, a message that Shelley is always advocating for: safety no matter what. Summer loving had me a blast.
Summer loving indeed. It's all about the love. Now, of course, when Cadbury Dairy Milk discovered that there were millions of orphaned and vulnerable children in South Africa who had never known the pleasure of owning their own toy, they enlisted the help of generous South Africans and launched the Little Generosity Shop. Now, Expresso was proud to be a part of this, and the response from you and our guests on the show was incredible to witness, with over 90,000 toy donations pouring in. So everybody give them a big round of applause. Let's go. Yes, come on, team. You guys can do better than that. They gave 90,000 toys. I know. Now, they've decided to try and make this festive season a little brighter this year for even more of these deserving children with the Cadbury Dairy Milk Generosities. Now, of course, the Cadbury Dairy Milk Generosities are currently in the mother city at Tiger Valley Shopping Centre. Remember, today is your last day to get down there and donate, but do not fear. They will be in Johannesburg on the 10th of December at the Mall of Africa to show us that there's a glass and a half in everyone this festive season. Okay, so check in at the entrance to the Generosity Tree activation and log your pre-loved toy, book or game for wrapping. Now, one toy, book or game will be exchanged for Cadbury Dairy Milk Slab. You can add them even more generosity by visiting the messaging station, where you can write a message on a tag and attach it to your donation. Now, each child who receives a toy will also get one of these personal and heartfelt messages. Now, I see my boys from just 6 years standing ready with their toys. What do you have?
Well, this is an electric car, toy car.
Aww.
I have a funny story with these cars because my mom used to hate that I used to take them apart. So I'm giving this one away because it's still intact.
Okay. And why do you think that this is so important to give over the festive season? Why do you think that it's so important that Cadbury does something like this for kids or orphanage kids in the community?
Well, just to give them an opportunity to be able to explore it, just like I did, and take it apart. If it's yours, it's yours. Just to have that joy of having a toy that is yours.
Skara, if you have one message for the kids out there watching and you're going to give this donation, what heartful message do you have for them?
I want them to enjoy these toys as much as they can. They come from the deepest part of our hearts. And this one over here is a nice teddy bear. It can keep them company at night if they get nightmares and all of that. But at the same time, if they get bored, they can play some wrestling with it.
Oh, no. I want you guys to put it underneath. Remember, when you put the toy underneath, you're going to get a free slab of chocolate. So put it down there. Put it down there.
Go, boy.
There we go. Your hearts are so blessed. I'm sure Mama's there saying, oh, my goodness. I taught them well. And you get, of course, a Cadbury Dairy Milk. Now, for more details on the Generosity Trees donation points and the selected Toys R Us stores, visit www.cadbury.co.za for more information. Also follow them on Facebook at Cadbury Dairy Milk SA or Cadbury_SA on Twitter and Instagram with the hashtag glass and a half and Generosities to keep up to date on how and where you can donate your pre-loved toys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and thank you so much for donating. Of course, we're going to have young chocolates there for you from Cadbury Milk, and then we can half it. Now you're going to half it over there, over there.
Thank you, sir.
Me and you can share this, okay? So we can share it together. No, I'm joking. There we go. Thank you so much, guys. And of course, you guys are still going to be performing later, so we'll see you guys after this.
Pre-loved toy, book, or game under our Generosities. Cadbury, there's a glass and a half in everyone.
Holiday
a zero-fee account with 0 surprises. That's different.
Money.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Do it now. Yes, welcome back to your
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's a Monday morning.
It is a Monday morning, and I'm busy sitting here taking selfies, but we're reflecting back on also a campaign that we've been so involved in, we've plugged into, where if we can achieve 100,000 meals, we can conquer hashtag 1 million plus one. We saw it happen, we saw it unfold, and it was so magical. I was just looking back at some of those pictures from there, but our meal packing campaign, when we did all of that with Rise Against Hunger, has already smashed all the boundaries, and we're about to double our tally on the 7th of December, which is so exciting. We're doing this at Kenilworth Centre, but we need your continued help to do it.
Absolutely. And as we stride towards our goal of 1 million plus one meals by the next World Hunger Day, you can help us pack the next 100,000 meals this Saturday and experience the life-affirming joy of doing something life-changing for your young children in some of our most at-risk communities and their caregivers, selflessly running informal creches with little or no support. Now, schools, listen up. This is for you. The schools with the most learners at our meal packing events will help us wrap up our packing for the year live on Expresso. So this is for all the schools out there, okay?
It's always such a feel-good thing. When we did it last year, just the energy of seeing young people being taught at an early age the power of sharing. But of course, you can sign up to be a meal packer at www.rahafrica.org/events, or you can simply come to Kenilworth Centre this Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning. We are going to have such a blast, sharing in a truly wonderful expression of love and joy. Hashtag 1 million plus one, because we will always look to the next child. The next meal we must pack until every little belly is full, and that's our mission.
Change someone's life, man. It's just so good. And speaking about feeling so good, it's been an incredible Monday morning, especially having Just Six in the house, serenading us with their immaculate sounds. I'm sad that it's your final performance. I want to hear more. So where can we find you guys on the socials?
All right, you can find us on @JustSixOfficial on Instagram and Twitter. We are Just Six on Facebook. You can check us out on our website, www.justsix.co.za.
I love it. And then you're performing sometime this week?
Yes, we're performing on Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock at Stellenbosch or the Libertas Theatre. So that's where you're going to be. So people must just come through. If you're in the Western Cape, it's not too far. Come on.
It's not too far. So we can find all of that information on social media, right?
Yeah.
So earlier on, they gave us a motivational song. Then we got down with Upata Pata. Right now, we're celebrating Christmas featuring Ernie Smith. This is Just Six with It's Christmas Time, right?
Yeah.
Take it away.
All right.
I've been around the world and nothing can compare to the African Christmas time. Because the winter time is over, it's time for joy and the birth of love. Yeah. Working on the fields, waiting on the rain and the return of our loved ones. Special Christmas clothes are ready, special meal is cooking. It's that time to come together and celebrate with each other and spread the Christmas love to everyone. Whoa, it's Christmas time. Whoa, Christmas time. Christmas time. Christmas time. Christmas time. Whoa, it's Christmas time. Whoa, Christmas. Whoa, Christmas time. Whoa, Christmas. Christmas time. Christmas time. Christmas time. Christmas
Take a bow. These brothers can sing. Like, you know, there's people that can sing, but they can sing.
And I can't wait to see them on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, and I actually tell them
Wednesday. Well, I could listen to them all day, honestly. Just six magnificent voices, loving it. Thank you so much, you guys. Guys, what a show it's been. But of course, there are lots of the influx of comments that has come through on Facebook over Isidingo. Here's one from Louise G. Sherry saying Bra Georgie was her favorite, and Barker, just loved them. Those two really made the show. Tiny Whams says Barker Haynes, his character was like one from the movie called The Godfather. Mama Agnes.
Oh, yes.
Mama Agnes.
Right.
Wow. Benjamin, the list is endless. Woo. Mama Agnes Lee. Zebedia. Tabs Nomana says, good morning, Expresso family. I love Papa G, the way he dressed and his tosital. Wow. It's sad, really. Isidingo has been part of my family all of these years. I'm going to miss them. TV won't be the same without Isidingo. Ah, beautiful, man. It's always so sad, but so many fantastic memories that this show has created.
Absolutely.
The stories of South African communities that they've been able to craft and tell in such an authentically beautiful manner on TV every single day. It was just groundbreaking. I will always miss Sherelle de Villiers. Sherelle de Villiers.
And what is that other one that it was Mama Agnes's son's girlfriend?
Letty was the sister. Letty was the sister.
She had the storyline of the AIDS, the girl with the AIDS.
Oh, Shubim Boya.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Nandipa. I love that. Feisty was like,
She was very feisty and she was sure of herself. Love it.
We've got to know all of these people and we felt like they really were a part of our families and our lives, and that just speaks to the quality and the strength of that show to be able to bring that across. It was so beautiful. Tomorrow's going to be exciting, guys.
Yes.
Wow. Tomorrow we're looking at your epic Mauritius adventures.
I can't wait for you guys to have that. Yeah.
So we're gonna.
And yeah,
it was incredible. Like, it was hot. It was very humid.
Yeah.
But obviously, I was on the coastal region, so it's the Indian Ocean. I was on there, guys, cruising, living my best life. Seafood. I'm talking about smoked salmon, ma'am. Who am I?
Can I ask you a personal question? Kenna,
yes.
Did you learn to swim in Mauritius?
Oh, you'll actually find out tomorrow. You'll find out tomorrow if I actually went into the water or not. But also trying to protect my braids.
Did you have a summer fling?
So what happens in Mauritius stays in Mauritius, and there are so many French men there, so I was just like,
bonjour, merci,
bonjour. I was just like, molweni guys, Ninjani, you, merci.
Well, you know, Matthew Moll will also be on the show tomorrow. He's going to be performing, so it is going to be just a serving of feel good. We do it once again, all sorts of feel good coming through. In the morning, please send us a beautiful sunrise picture. Summer has the best sunrises. Get it through to us on our Facebook page. But until then, we love you, South Africa. Cheers. Mwah.
Ciao, ciao, meow, meow.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.